Mama, xool leen li ma defar nii waaye bu leen ko share online agum. am na lu ma woon bina xool ma woon leen ko.
That's your boss is not showing.
maa ngi koo def léegi actually hang on maa ngi koo share xool leen ko soo ko share di ngeen ko gis.
Okay.
Share file.
Is the music necessary? Can we just get through it already?
Okay, good afternoon, good evening, and of course, good morning, wherever you are around the world and watching us here at Lingard Post. We apologize for not being able to come the past few weeks. It's been a lot of issues, scheduling, a lot of problems, etc. But today we're here, and hopefully we can try and keep Sundays and come on Sundays instead of the Fridays, etc. So if Sunday is good for a lot of you, then let us know as well. That would be good to know. Kon liñ leen a wax rek foo leen munti di nekk si àdduna si di ñu seetaan ñu ngi leen a wax di leen nuyu di leen wax di leen ziar di leen wax welcome to Lingard Post maa ngi fi andi with the usual team Pa Os Diro Nancy di leen nuyu foo leen munti di nekk rek welcome back to Lingard Post. Ñu ngi apologize for not coming as often as we should. Why dafa fekkoon nag wax digga neex yàlla scheduling problems, issues yi tamit bari ba nga xam ne we had to do a lot of things. Sunday works, thank you, Lena. So really moo tax ñu xawoon a géej tuuti. Why we will try and keep up the Sunday because boobu daf dee fekk at least ñëpp ñu ngi free tuuti. So di leen wax rek ne welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us. Albe dawada dorom balbe kontonna mbal kontonna jan Lingard Post. Mbal bismillah la fanang ba falale ko alla usual social issues show lom janto with Pa Os Nancy Diro mbal be kontonna janto and welcome. Bimbe Minkachala, well, definitely, yeah, we miss all of you as well. Definitely what we're going to be talking about is the thing that everybody's talking about, rape, statutory rape, sexual assault, the Bob Keita case, and we've all seen what is happening with that. So we will talk about it, and of course, the whole team is here today, so you will hear from all of us. I did a live earlier, but I did it on my page because, of course, I don't like mixing my personal beliefs with that of the page, etc. I want to keep it completely separate. So I will let everybody come in and say hello before we start. So should we start with Nancy and then we get to D and then you buy suñ kilifa kër gi, like I always say, mu neex la mu naxari la Nancy mooy suñ kilifa kër.
Wow. Yow kenn la nekk sa kilifa. Hello. It's been a long time. It's summer.
Yokal's about between 2 months.
It's summer. We are traveling. We are in and out. Everyone's caught up. So ngeen baalal ñu naman nañ leen bu baax a baax li ñu war a wax bari na coow li bari na xam nga man dama dee wax ne waxkat yi dañ bari léegi bari nañ trop waaye man suma maas gi nga xam ne 15 years ñu ngi def activism, you know, the so-called activists aka ñu ko mun a mookal aka ñoo mun a wax te nag dama dégg olof dégg angale nasaxuma nag so wax ji bari na coow li bari na top dal bi bari na saaga bi bari na saaga ndey nag saaga ndey ko faj diplomacy jeex na ko bés ni ki tey fii Linguère Post tey fii dafa daanu ba zéro ñëw leen te du the past 2 weeks everybody was yapping running their mouth. Come on, let's it's a show, it's a debate. Let's talk about it. It's on, but to our viewers, our loyal viewers, we are so happy to have you guys back. We apologize that we've not been on for a while. So much has been happening. Everybody in Gambia have turned into like an overnight activist. Rape is being confused with the ideology of feminism. Being a feminist in Gambia is a dirty word. And I don't understand, what else am I supposed to be? I've been a woman my whole damn life. If I don't support myself, who else am I going to support? So there's definitely a lot to talk about. And as you can hear from my voice, I'm extremely heated. I'm trying to stay calm, but I can't. So I would allow the rest to, kind of say hello, and we just dive right into it.
Zen, namaste.
Namaste, Kan. Hello, everybody. Today man feminist 100% feminist. So, guys, I'm sorry. But anyway, welcome back. We're sorry we missed you all so much. And we're here to talk about the issues, any issues that we feel are worthy. And, send us a message on our Facebook page. We love hearing for you. Why Biden saga with mom can do saga today mom is school cab. Nancy mom dina ko jox pause na ko pause na nek regle Nancy tay. So everybody welcome. Pause, take it over.
Wow, jërëjëf kon ni ngeen ko waxee rek suma mu nekk mu naxay comme ni ko mama waxee maay jikari kër gi.
Waaw yaay fi kilifa.
Waaw
kum naxari.
Maay
Pause your low.
ma bool si bun.
You and my kilifa.
Mu naxari kuma gis Birmingham Angleterre.
Man awma kilifa. Man kuma gis xam ne awma kilifa.
Nancy, anywhere I go, they were si benn xew. Benn jaxane ma xame mu ne booy xame na fam ne ma Linguère Post. Asa wife ana kooku noonu Nancy lu mu lay sonalee ma ne ko ndaxam dafa ñaan baat ma bañ moo tax waaw waaye gars yi namoon ne leen bu baax a baax we miss you all and déwénati yéen ñu yàlla may ñu fekkee at yu bari at wér at tal fanaa ku ñaan fan bu gudda fanaa nañ ñaan tamit wér at tal ama ñi nga xam ne ñi nga am fan bu gudda waaye neexul leen ñu ngi bëgg a dee so ñun we are fortunate ne nañ ko sante yàlla te xam ne fii nii ñu ñëpp benn Gambia la ki tooñ ak ki ñoo tooñ ak ki ñoo duur ak ay ate benn Gambia la and today comme ni ko mama waxee rek we gonna jëlun side suñoo nekku ci but we will analyze from the outside and from a general point of view but look at how is society going wrong because of ñun loolu that's where we can only comment on the victims and the perpetrator and the accused. We have less to do with those people. We are not in a position to make any judgment or conclusion. But si lu ndaw luñ xam ak liñ gis ak li ñoo dégga nañ si mun a analyse ne give a picture of ne this could be the possibility of a probability of the outcome. Well, loolu tam ñu ko predict. But society léegi mama two things might happen right now. Nit na ragal pour appo jigéen or jigéen na ragal sax pour ne dañ ma tooñ. So it will affect both sides of society. Tay xale ndaw yi tey nañ ragal tey xale góor nañ ragal and what does that make us as society? So nekkul lu gën. So xëy na by the end of this show we will come to an at least agreement jëluñ side foofu ne clear baax or clear bon but li bon ñëpp xam nañ ko.
And I think the third one as well, Paos, I think what we can all commonly denounce without any shadow of a doubt, none of us will condone, tay yow Paos mun nga dem Gambia dem holiday, nit ne la ne dang ma rape, ñu jël la tej la 2 years case bi di drag, that's not on.
No.
That in itself is a miscarriage of justice because it denies justice not just to the victim but also to the alleged perpetrator. So Lini, from that point of view, all of us can agree that is where we all have an issue with this case. But apart from that, I don't think that any of us can impose our beliefs or our issues to anybody else. And I think that I'm Gambian, I think what we need to do is to respectfully agree to disagree.
Yep.
There is nothing like me agreeing with you or me going with the popular crowd just to fit in if I don't want to do that. But I think we can all debate on issues. And when and the operative word here being issues, and even when we don't agree, let's agree to disagree respectfully. Ku nekk dem sa yoon, ñu continuer suñu friends. Waaye fi mu nekk nii, politics ak these issues dafa tax ba friendship sax fi mu nekk nii is defined by what camp you're in.
Yeah.
And that is the sad part, we cannot get over, our own disagreements. What binds us more is bigger than anything else. And we should be able to be friends even if we don't agree. And this is where we now have a problem. Politics tax na benn ñi nekkatuñ xarit. Léegi tamit issues yi da nga agree or nga disagree or nga noppi ñu ne no waruloo noppi. So yow bokkuloo si suñ kam dañ laa xeex wala dañ laa saaga wala yow nii. Friendships, it's the immaturity that we apply to our discussion. And social media has become so toxic. A lot of people don't want to speak out. A lot of people don't want to join the conversation. A lot of people don't want to be engaged, not because they don't have anything to say, but because, again, danga talk ko hamne hamuloko from Adam. Munyo sisa post. Instead of argue with you on issues, on points that you have raised, they will just come and start insulting you, insulting your mother, insulting your children, insulting everything, and you don't even understand. And the worst thing is most of these people are so cowardice that they will hide behind fake profiles to do it. So definitely, Mabile and Yenduga, I want us to start from there, and to appeal, of course, like Mariatu is saying, let's stop sharing these videos. And again, I know somebody like the family, or if it was say that recorded that video, she's doing it to prove to people that this blood test was done in Gambia, was taken in Gambia, and to prove to people what is happening. But it has the reverse effect as well. Often you use in another way, and then you share draw other conclusions. And I think, I don't think any family, whether it's Bob's family or Sainabu's family, I don't think any of them are having or enjoying this circus that is going on. This is a family tragedy. We're talking about a minor. And that minor was raped and she gave birth to a child, another minor. And our services failed. There's no social services. There's nothing that you can say that we have seen that have even supported this family. Sainabu, you have seen her, Mugena Sidi Tontu, and she is Muge Tontu, Hamga Gambian, they see the reaction and not the provocation. You go on somebody's inbox and you write to her, your husband impregnated your sister, you are a bad person, how manaka. Yange tont koku. Mugena di tontu because higna fofula mom helam em, and then you take that mugi and bimo tontu. Mugi def clearly the conversation from the person that is provoking her. But we will not condemn that the person that wrote that to her. We will instead go after her and victimize her more. And all of these people are victims in this. Whether it's Sainabu, her sister, Bob for this delayed justice, all of them are victims. And the worst is the families involved. So all of us, when you try to navigate these sensitive things, people take and interpret it anyhow they want, and then they come after you. It's very sad. Mabile and Nansnaduga, what's your what is happening on social media? Finekani.
Nancy do wax bahna.
Yalla third world country problems.
Nancy do wax. Gambia, America, and Fumnekani.
Pa, go ahead. What are we adding to this to the stream?
Well, come, Mama, man, mange buy hell funny. What is going on? Man, I'm very happy. Mama, man, social media. Do madam supposed to jam di wax. Wow, lima beni. Dama ma explain lini.
Yeah.
Okay. Dama talk tay. My draw a pictographic must go a pictographic sequence of events of what happened. Lima of Nina is not Lee is my own thinking la. It's my own saying la. The layman could understand what happened. because case bi dafa yaga for the past 2 years. ñepp ngi nopi man every time I was very concerned dama dem di laajte why what I have seen in here is many wrongs new happen in this case right now. We have the Bob and the mother. Now an allegation of rape happened, whether it's a rape or not, but it involves a minor. Now that's when there is any sexual contact with a minor, it doesn't have to be, we don't have to prove anything like force, because the fact that it happened with a minor automatically qualifies that thing to be classed as
a statutory rape.
Wow. So statutory rape Anika. Now statutory rape, the only exception more the Romeo and Juliet law. Romeo and Juliet law. That is the only exception to when we define a statutory rape. And what that means more, two minors involved in a rape case, we look at the age difference. If it's more than 2 years, if there is a 2 years gap or more, then law would fall outside the Romeo and Juliet law. While if it's within that 2 year gap, then it's still going to be classed as all the Romeo and Juliet law. Then the case will treat as different. Now, okay, getting a slide. I'll come off slide now. Social media has taken upon itself to police, to prosecute, and to condemn, and to even make enmity within ourselves. My case, if na link ci buga la ci buga, li ma ci buga la ci buga, moy lan justice mu gaaw and mu jeex. So ke boy ba togn, boy bi dam kaso. So ke boy bu tognut mu gina. Ki togn mu ngi at large dañ ko ut. This is all what we all want. Te li na interesting moy because we dore ba legi. In all honesty, none of the family members of both parties are speaking. Senabu Mbaye mu ngi doga wax fokk na. Mu ngi doga make a statement. Xana su di jangé TikTok the business. Te janga bini despite all what people are calling her, I'm not afraid about hamne bi emni Gambia bo hamne tontu anybody. Wahut anybody. And she was busy promoting her business online. Before I go any further, Bob is my very good friend, my very best friend. Senamu Haumako, but Legi is a friend because one mom. I try to get to the bottom of his case. Nyom MC man right now. And I don't want to see none of them in custody. But kuton ya ton luabi. Now, Janhabini, since we don't Legi mama, munge grow her business from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's going up and high and high. Di wah. Jangabi, even the actual main victim, more even the Rakambi, Kemusugogis, Ken Wahut. Yes, Ken Wahut, Sen Uncle, Ken Wahut. They have a family and they are from a large family. Ken Sinyong Wahut right now. Social media moy wah Bob, Magam Rakam Ken Wahut. Kui wah kanla, friends and social media. Now, what do we want? One thing is the good thing about this thing, Moy, we are showing our love for both parties. Simply because of that, we are all Gambians. Taifi are so right now, the same thing will happen. People will speak for me. Now, again, the position of social media right now is not doing any good to both parties. Bob is in there for 2 years, nothing had happened. Jahabi right now, I'm not right now. It should have been a straight A, B, C, and D case. Why? That the way we are talking about social media is that the way the system operates. It's different thing right now. When you are not inside, you know little about how things go. Remember, these things, it has to go through a long process. But justice has been denied, but it has been delayed. Which soothsayers are saying justice is just denied right now. Now, niti, yep, lu ñoo wax mama xamuñ ko. Man personally, wax naa Senabu Mbaye. A lengthy conversation. I know a lot li nga xam ne mënuma toog Facebook or ñi comment Facebook jaral na may ñëw di wax di fen. ñoom if they think they know, if they think they love the girl or the boy more than their families, let them keep going. The Gambia, we have more important cases than even this case. We have the case of Korosise, Solo Sendeng, the NIA 9. We have many things. Every single day, halal munge de lapitan. Jigen munge de giving birth. Those doctors and midwives should be at the court. Lolo is equally as important as this case. No, they don't. I'm coming back. Lima Cinco, we should treat this case with caution at hell. They have no elek. Fucking am si gacha. Now I'm going to have the next 3 months and Facebook then go stop, then go close because women knew what face the public plus. Teman you see bari. Na en hole that ne yo ya muna gat. Yo ya support fen. Yo ya nangam the man personally I will do it myself. And soon never see man 10. After the end of this case, mama, they will be 0 to me. People can disagree, don't agree with me. I could be stupid, but what I know, what he need, do not tempt me on social media to go. Facebook, I'm could like, I'm could share, I'm could love, I'm could saga. But man, as a person, I will never go into any program or any post deploying it. I will not do it. But what people want to see is not going to happen. What they are saying, most of them, is not the truth. I'm not going to accuse. He is still guilty until the case ends. What we are saying, man, why did the case why is the case being prolonged without all the possibilities of this case being ended for the past 1 year was there? But who is at fault? Who is to be blamed? Social media nak mom dafa melni masse rek ku fa de ya tagé sa bopa. But you say ñep where were they 2 years ago? If the amount of effort put in now was put in 2 years ago, they're going to take the case to Egafi right now. I'm not going to call many. Gambia. Yesterday, I was looking for the number of Imam Chanoka. Call Imam Neko Juksi. Well, I realized, Mama, it's still too late because the state is involved. And it's the state versus Bob Keta, not the ex-wife versus Bob Keta. Why are people insulting the ceremony? Say na tasna now xale bu jigen bi ki ju dom bi ki ne koku nen dans ko mbiral ko ken wu affaire am. All the attention and focus is on Senabu Mbay right now. All the hate is on her. Man as far as this case is concerned, defu dara. Nama point of correction again, I'm not talking about Halebi at Likorai. Fofu ñew fa. I'm talking about the case right now. All social media, we are all attacking the ex-wife, who is completely innocent in this case. Silim nagis, di ba waxe mom diko ñaan, xam nga mu ne pause man yang ma call, but you are calling the wrong person. Man, defuma dara. Then don't say bitas right now, li hewna. Now it's the state versus him. If you want to go and make a plea, the best person to speak to is a state. Manaka wax nga diga. So why can people speak honestly? Kum neex na nga faral nga take side, but mama ñu ngi tooñ right now. Issue affaire xale bi is another story. Waxuma loolu. But right now ñu ngi boole yu bokkut. Ñu ngi indi xale bi deyam into the case between Bob and the states. 2 cases more happen right now. Bob and the state. Yes, why it delay? Now, Janghabi, what brings her on board? Again, why the state failed to protect these minors? The initial allegation involved a minor, and a minor again was born. Now, why didn't the Gambia government of social welfare put in measures to protect the child and the baby? That never happened. Now, forgetting the Gambia government, they will put any charges against the family for the death of Muhammad. So in going after me, because of them, they must accept partial responsibility. Okay.
Go ahead.
Thank you. Hello. I think I missed a good deal of it. I had to go offline to attend to Zaid. Anyways, so much have been said. I think what I want to clarify is that
Nancy Balmer, 2 minutes. No fee tay will make anybody happy. No tay pull anybody to be the clerk of House man charm. No. I am not here to say what I think. Not it could be different from the case. No matter if we make a conclusion or a judgment. I am speaking just as anybody else no more here right now. But can do my first into taking sides. No more people in the pause, man. Thank you. No more people need to touch you right now. I don't need it. Time I must spend right now. You can't pay me. My hourly wages is far 10 times better than what you think that what you are in right now. So I'm not here to be pleased. I'm not here to please people. Right now, at yala at limaham. But you rape fekeuma.
Paus, can I talk? I am okay. All right. This case, like Paus said, Paus, we cannot control what people talk about on social media. That is up to people to run with it. I've known about this case almost 3 years ago. The first time I heard about this case was through a workshop we did with some police officers. That was the first time, and I had the case actually through a police officer. That was the first time I had the case. I think a lot has happened, but personally, where I'm coming from and what I'm going to say is that this case is about feminists versus activists. That whole thing going on, I'm confused about. Anytime rape is involved, be it whether it's an adult, whether it's a minor, no matter what the age, anytime rape is involved, emotions are high. So even those who are out here jumping up and down, nan, defuko, you were in there. There was no cameras. So you cannot sit here and, run with it. Munna tok tay fi yuxu tay ba elik ne jël len bob bu len ko bayyi keneen munna nek fele ne bob def ko tay ba elik. It's not going to change the case. Social media is not going to determine this case. And the sooner we know that, we will all calm down. This thing has gotten nasty. I am so beyond angry at people attacking others for expressing their opinion. The same way that you have the right to express your opinion based on the facts you know is the same way that Mama, Diro, Paos, and each and every one of us have the same right to express your opinion. My opinion is not a fact. It's my opinion. You have no right to attack people. I'm not going to get on board. I'm going to get on board. I don't want to discuss this case. I'm going to be brutally honest because I'm beyond angry. The man suma mere aw ma rationality. Mama lum say set, man setuma ko si. Another thing, I'm going to address, Mama did this live program today at 2 p.m. I don't know who this Sanyang guy is, but damala address. Yo ya tax ma ñew online. Man aw ma ben soxla ci case bi ni. Linguère Post will be back with social issue show. Sending Mama Linguère that message, that nasty, disgusting message. Sago loko de sa bopa nga saga. Linga wax nonu. It shows who you are as a man. I saw your reply. It shows the kind of household you are from. Your caliber of men, you guys are the rapists. Yow mi am audacity to wax jigen ne. Dinga tedo mom be muy nacha. That is the height of disgust. Where are we as a society? Gambia, ñun luñu jot. Why can't we have differences in opinion? Lutax ñu ampul saga nit ñi. Lutax ñu ampul wax the most disgusting thing to people because I express my opinion. I'm entitled to my opinion. Same way that you are entitled to your opinion. The same way that you can get on a tabloid, because I refuse to call that a media site. The same way that you can get on a tabloid and believe everything Luñ Binda is the same way that I can go and get on that same tabloid and pick from it what I want to pick from it. Dafa doy. Attack bi dafa doy. Fi ken gënu fi mëna saga ken. If you guys are expecting me to comment on this case, I guess, you can just go, you can just wait. Bema, shut up, because I will not. Anybody who wants to know my position, I have shared it on my wall, and I am done. Because case Bini, look, it has reached a whole new level of, and since when La Gambian, since when do we care? Nyata nit lañ fi rape. How come you guys were not speaking on their behalf? What is so special, Luma mun to understand, is the so-called activists. Bob Keta, what kind of position has he held in our society for anybody to want to ruin him? I'm asking a question. I don't know Bob Keta. I've met Bob Keta once at Rahma's kitchen. Everything that I know about this case is either through police officers, what I read on social media, and somebody close to the family. I have seen so much, but at the end of the day, I am concerned about one person and one person alone. This kid is still underage. Just because I saw somewhere, she's promiscuous. So what? So what? She is on social media acting sexy, so she calls for it. The way I dress, Lumawa, Fuma Duga, just because I'm sexually active does not mean that I am not prone to be raped. I think that we need to dissect the facts. And if not to comment about the judge, Adjon case be 30 times. I saw that. Go after the judge. The judge is the state. Somebody is asking, what has the state got to do with this? The judge is the state. Judge Bimufa. Judge Bikumo Ligayal. I am also very confused. When this case first started, at the very beginning of this case, wasn't a very influential person, wasn't she trying to kill this case? And this very influential person is part of the government. So I don't know when the narrative changed. I don't understand when the narrative will change. Again, my stand remains. I came online specifically to address that disgusting man who sent those disgusting messages to Mama, si inbox am di ko saga. So nekon góor bu mit, so respect on Sunday, you will not have the audacity to send those nasty messages to a woman who all she did was express her opinion. Mama Linguère did not rape anybody. Mama Linguère is not a judge. Mama Linguère is not part of absolutely no post. Wante ku jóg rek attack ko. Ku jóg rek attack ko. Dafa doy, it's enough. How long are we going to just, and you know what? It gets old. It's the same crap, the same accusation, the same stories. Express your opinions. You all have your Facebook, have your statuses and express it there. As far as I am concerned, I specifically came online just to address that man. Everything else, go kill yourselves. So if anybody is expecting me to sit here and go back and forth with you, I got bills to pay. I ain't about this life.
Okay, Nancy,
let's get Dee on board.
Nancy, put them. We need your analysis more than that. Okay, for me, my take is like, case Vidal. I know it's been going on for a long time. Look, why are we in the situation that we are in now? Because rape allegations are not taken seriously in the Gambia. If rape allegations were taken seriously in the Gambia, when the 15-year-old made the rape allegation, there should have been investigation. How much investigation was done at that point? I remember when the allegation first came out, there were so much pull and push. Should they this allegation is wrong, this allegation is right? Why can't we have a system that treats allegations fairly? An allegation comes in, standard procedures are followed to investigate if this allegation has merit and it should be moved to prosecution or not. When we are in the reason why we're in this situation right now, I'm not going to say I know 100%, but I'm an engineer and I know how to do to put together some few pieces of information and extrapolate. So you say prosecution is so hell-bent on DNA and all that stuff. It's probably because there was not enough investigation done. DNA, paternity alone is not what determines whether a rape happened. There are other things, and we know that there are standard processes for investigating rape allegation. Was this done in the beginning? Why are we here almost 2-3 years later on the same case? You know, it is good for us to have a system that treats everything fairly so we can avoid this. We say justice needs to be done swiftly, you know, we need justice for everybody. We need justice for everybody. We need justice for the victim. We need also justice for the alleged, the accused. But at this point right now, everything is so confusing. We don't even know what is what, because we have a system that does not care. You know, somebody goes and reports rape, and they just take it and they try to sweep it under the rug. We heard all the allegations that were coming in, trying to get the girl's family to settle this out of case. Lolling what I buy, settle out of case, then go sweep under the rug. It's something that we need to stop in this country. Let us follow the system. So rape, we follow a system. That way we can know how to weed out the rape. They don't. All the people are screaming that, and people are screaming that, oh, people, women are just screaming rape, 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 rape. But we cannot just take that, because rape does happen. We know in this case something happened, whether it is the girl wanted it or not. We say in our system that minors cannot say I want sex. So if a minor cannot say they want sex without consent is rape. It's simple as that. So something happened. Who had sex? Who, we need to find out these things. We cannot just keep saying, let's solve this maslaha syndrome. This loading what again is we need to, unless we can figure that out, unless we can solve that, we will be in the same position over and over. And if it comes again, I will talk. Because you know what? They will be in the same position, and we will not be able to do anything because we have refused to build a system that will protect our most vulnerable in society. And we have said people under the age of 18 are vulnerable to rape. They are vulnerable to this. How do we protect them? Protect in our society. This is how we say we want to protect them. So we must make sure that the system is working and protecting them. Me, I'm ready to talk. Nancy, if you're not ready to talk, I will talk for you on your behalf.
Yeah. Definitely. I want to ask a few questions. How does it sit? How does it sit with people for an underage girl, a 15-year-old girl, to point at whether we have heard, there has come lots of reports about her having a boyfriend and everything, but the person that she's pointing at, that she said had sexual intercourse with her, is the accused. The person that she's pointing at that fathered that child is the accused. So like Nana Maketa wrote when he wrote that piece on this case, and I think he just about summed up this whole case for me. If you're accusing me of rape, I think the first thing I'll do is at every court session, I will be the first one to protest about why there is a delay in a DNA test, at least to eliminate the paternity issue. It still doesn't mean you did not rape that child, because the moment there's any sexual intercourse that has taken place, that in itself is statutory rape. And none of us should condone that. But I see a lot of people talking because most of them, abusing their nieces and nephews. They're not just raping girls, they're raping boys as well in Gambia. And we are sweeping it under the carpet. We're not talking about it. We are seeing everything that is happening here, and we do not want to address it because we know a rapist. Ñun ñep ci suñ biir family xam nañ oncle boo xam ne kooku noonu ñun ci suñ boppa ñëw na touch ñu inappropriately, war a behave inappropriately, but we sweep it under the carpet. And the worst thing is when you see people actually bringing this case up, tribalizing it. Su fekkoon ne naka la tudda, su fekkoon ne dafa taka mbokam or dafa taka a certain kind of living, ni ko non dañ ko wax ci suuf ci family bi. How can we condone that? How can we condone ngenne su fekkoon ne this was an accusation that came, they could have sat at family level, ñu discuss ko mu jeex. At what point do we start holding people accountable for raping our children? Boys are being raped, girls are being raped in their homes. The statistics show that most of rape happens by people that know you, are familiar with you, especially with children, especially in Gambia. It's people that know you and are familiar with you that groom you and rape you. So at what point are we going to start, what Kadi is saying, talking to our children about sexuality, sex, empowering them to come to us and discuss when people touch them inappropriately? But if all of this society, dafa am ben halal bu ma don we don't declude just this discussion, and she said something to her mother. She said, "Mommy, I'm also about the same age as this girl. If you're asking me a question, and I tell you who has raped me or who has touched me inappropriately, are you not going to believe me? Are you not going to believe me? We have a problem in our society. Yes, we will talk about this case, but we need to talk about the wider societal issues that makes this case not, not different from anything that is happening in our society. We all know that uncle. We have seen the uncles, the parents, etc., who have raped their children in Gambia, and nobody holds them accountable for it, because it's exactly this. The stigma from the society alone is enough. At what point are we going to start protecting our children? At what point, even if the child was sexually active, like they're saying or claiming, and lolu yalla hamna yonenti bi hamna ne ñuko wax yépp munuñ ko sernde, munuñoo taxaw ñu ne gis nañ xale bi lii ak lii, she was sexually promiscuous or whatever. They're just saying it because they're building a line of defense. But there are so many men in Gambia. There are so many men. There are so many men in Gambia. If a 15-year-old girl is pointing to a certain person, should we not as a society be concerned? Should the justice system not do something to protect that child? And when they're protecting that child or investigating that, should this system not be speedy enough so that justice is seen to be done? Because today, Bob Keta can walk, whether he's guilty or innocent, not because there isn't anything, but because the investigation has not been done properly. And it points to our justice system. It points to our justice system. It keeps failing us. It keeps failing us at every point, especially women. We have so many cases of women being failed by this justice system. We have so many cases of victims being failed by this justice system. If you are going to take a job as a public prosecutor, please make it your business to read. Please make it your business to learn. Learning is continuous. Please make it your business to ensure that whenever you go into that courthouse, you're giving your 110 for the people that you're protecting. But if we have a justice system that keeps failing us, and we have cases dragging 2 years, 3 years, that alone in itself is a miscarriage of justice. And I have said it before, and I will say it again. That is the only position where I will agree with any supporter of Bob Keta that says that the dragging of this case means that at least justice delayed is justice denied for all parties concerned. Apart from that, I will not be dragged into victim shaming a 15-year-old girl. I will not be dragged into insulting or taking a position on this issue. I will wait. The matter is before the courts for the court to decide. But I feel, Diro, there is something seriously wrong in our country when we do not protect the most vulnerable, which is our children, our women. Like you said, our women are dying every day at Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospital. Senegal, 1 woman died. How many midwives went to court and went to prison? Even the Minister of Health was dismissed. Our women die like flies, nobody cares. Our women are raped, nobody cares. Our children are raped, nobody cares. Nobody cares. And we just completely continue to support these things. We continue to accept that it is normal for our justice system not to work. For us, it is normal for us to accept these things. Definitely, man, I feel we have a problem. And I don't know how we're going to solve it. But man, for once, yes, I understand any supporter. And I will say it, I understand anybody that's saying that the case dragging, it's problematic, it's a problem. It makes justice delivery more difficult. I agree with you. But to say that I will agree with you and sit here and say that the 15-year-old girl is lying, she was promiscuous, I will not do that. I will not do that. Diro, you can comment.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with you. For Lola don't halat. I just don't understand some of the comments that I'm hearing. I'm reading online. You know, the comments are crazy. And more importantly, the case dragging so long has made it, and people feel comfortable to just feed the void of information with misinformation on both sides. We see this misinformation on both sides. We see a lot of things. Now we're hearing about a video of DNA blood sample being taken away from special parts. I don't even understand. You know, what is the legitimacy of that video? We cannot just be taking. We, the public, also need to be able to vet the information that we're seeing. We see a lot of information. There is misinformation on both sides. Both sides are actively trying to engineer this case. But just like Nancy said, this case cannot be tried in the courts of public opinion or on social media courts. No, thank God this case is going to court. And you know, the outcome of this case will have really serious implications for young girls who will find themselves in this situation. Because unfortunately, by the vehement defense that I'm seeing from people without even the strong emotional reaction that I'm seeing from both sides, it means that we are not anywhere near to addressing this issue, creating safe space for our children in our homes. I will tell you, Nancy. I'm not gonna pay you. Little girl, my wife's but you didn't go buy. You didn't go buy. Any guy that comes to your house and is telling your daughter you need to take up a good position and make it known that this is not tolerated. This cannot be tolerated in your home. You know, we need to be vigilant. We need to talk to our kids from the time they understand what is going on. From the time they can talk, we need to make sure that they understand. Anybody who touches you in a funny place, you need to inform me. We need to create, we mothers, because it's clear that the system does not want to protect our children. And I have this strong belief that I say that if the system does not want to do anything, we have to get up and do something. What can we as mothers do to make sure that we're creating that space so that our kids can be, especially our children, can be aware of this type of thing, you know, this type of grooming, you know, talk to your children more. I'm not saying this is the solution. Yes, we really need to have a system, but if the system is not working, what can we do on our own? Because I've really lost hope in Gambia government. I will not lie. The judiciary seems to be in a mess. How can you have this case going on for 3 years? You know, 2 or 3 years. I've even lost track. I'm not counting anymore. So what can we as parents do to create that safe space? And if you think you can only create a safe space for your child and not for the other child, you're sadly mistaken. Parce que lola degis ñun Gambians legi dañ bugal ne suma boss ma protect suma boss and we live on it. No, if we're creating space, we need to create space for all children. Because let me tell you, if you leave that void open for another child to fall in, it's most probably your child also will fall into that void. So we need to ensure that we're creating this system. Let us stop thinking that we're protecting only our family. We cannot. We're in societies, we're in countries, we're in governments, because long time ago, human beings decided that living individually is not beneficial. Living together as communities and societies is where we are now. So how can we make our societies better? How can we create that safe space for our children? Because it's quite clear that the system is not going to work for our children. It's not.
Unfortunately.
I know you want to say something. Go ahead,
I think for the first time in my life, I'm speechless. Normally I run with, you know, anything that, you know, we have on Linger Post. I'll talk Paos and, you know, I'll talk Mama, and Mama would tell me to give other people a chance to talk. As I go through the comments and I'm reading through it, I feel numb. That's the right word to use. And I'm sure even the viewers who watch the show could understand that I am not my normal self. I feel very, very numb. Some of the comments that people are making towards each other based on a case that, no, Mama, I think you guys can wrap up the Bob Keta case and we move on to at least from my point of view. I I don't know what to say. You talked about justice being delayed. Yes, justice is delayed, and everybody is a victim in this case. Everybody is a victim. The little girl, the little kid, the toddler who lost his life. On what circumstances, I don't know. So the reason I'm quiet and I actually don't have much to say is because I have disconnected from this case the past 5 days. So whatever that has transpired the past 5 days, I have no clue. I don't read it. I don't go search for it. When people bring it to me, I don't even look through it because it's a whole bunch of, the emotions are high. People are insulting each other, and you can sit here all day and, you know, oyema naka you feminist chaga yi top ngeen dal. It's not going to affect the case. My opinion is not going to affect the case. Your opinion is not going to affect the case. So at this point, I would just say, you know, if y'all have something else to say, go right into it. Mandal, like the viewers are saying, I'm not saying much because I'm numb. I'm practically numb. I am shocked that Gambian society, and let me comment on one thing. I don't know Sena Bombay. I've never met her. Somebody sent me a video of this woman. What I saw in that video, and let her pa usngane wax na mom na ma jegal, is a woman. Something is not right somewhere. There is no way. I've seen, I'm watching through this video, and this woman does not look okay. We are over here bullying her, the codefal status, the deaf words. How would we feel if something goes wrong and something happened to this woman? How would you live with yourself? How would you live with yourself? I am saying we all need to calm down. Each and every one of us need to calm down. This one, how, like I said, I don't know these people personally. You guys know them, they are your friends, so you all pick sides. Man, how malen? I am in no way, shape, or form to talk about even her mental state. But what I have watched and what I have seen, you all go ahead. I don't know what's happening.
And this is where I want to come in. I want us to make that point there, Nancy, because they sent me some videos, and most of them were saying that's her talking. And then I saw what the comment that she was responding to in that video. Somebody actually taunting her, making it her fault for allegedly her ex-husband sleeping with her little sister. The person to the extent of taunting her. And we accept that as a society, but her reaction is our problem, not the person that is bullying her. So when people see reactions from people, we're not addressing the bullies. And she wrote, she put the comment on the screen, what the person sent her. Yet all of us, none of us are addressing the people that are going in her inbox and bullying her, but we are talking about her reaction to those bullies. Some of us handle bullying differently. When people bully us, man suma mas gi mun na nopi ne okay, I don't care, ki duma ko jox relevance or duma si discourse. Kenen mun na jog ne I want to prove a point by acting a certain way and whatever. And I am not going to make excuses for her. Why tamid nañ len bay ci society bi? Yen you have a woman ko xamne whether we like it or not, this woman is going through something, because imagine Sumaraka Munyo Munema, the father of my child, the alleged father of my child, could be your husband or your ex-husband. But we are not talking about this. We're not talking about a 15-year-old, again, a child, having a child. Before the society, before we even talk about anything, ñun ñoo wara am proper social services yuy jóg dem di régler suñ xale yi, comme que ñun ci suñ kër yi suñ parents yi cannot protect us, suñ mbokk yi cannot protect us. We have to have, that's why where the law and safety nets come in, social services, to protect these people. Yes, children are being sexually active from as young as 10, 11 by men that should know different. And we know this in our society. We know this in our society, but we do not seem to have a problem with it. We don't seem to have a problem with fighting to protect these children. Let's leave Sainambubai out of this. Let's concentrate on what is going on. Let's concentrate on justice delivery. Let's concentrate on a 15-year-old having a child. Let's concentrate on that child now losing their lives. We're not asking the right questions, and we're not focusing on the issues that we should be discussing. And it's very sad. I don't know if you want to comment.
I think we should allow people to call in. Everybody seems like they want to share. Can we put the number for them to call?
Yeah, I have to go get the phone. So go ahead and talk. I'll bring the phone. I've got the phone actually.
I wonder, Paus, you have something to say. Do you want to add something?
Yes. For now, Mama, li ma doon wax nii rek nga wax right now in a nutshell. Fii nii man li ma buggal Bob personally. Society now is not looking at what could happen in response to the bullying being given to Senabu May and even the sister maybe.
Let me bring the phone.
To show how lost we are, si case being like, even the proper age of the girl, you say debate, yan 15, yan 21. And also another version of story I heard, ne, janga binyo circulate picture sa, nego the actual sister of Maria Senabu, ki rape, or ki halabi in question. That is not even her real photo. So King Zagu can have it right now. But what I'm saying here right now, Moine, of course, all these problems is as a result of society in Ninmel. We have disintegrated ourselves. Now, we have accepted so much Bangahamne is coming back to haunt us. And unfortunately, some of these things we call culture. Some of these things we call as Ahdar Nekuchi are not in support of what the law would say. Gambia, boy, every single time Magnajal Lohom, it happens. Suma jabar nga, so pause man, sadomi suma jabar suma goro. Touching a person without their approval or it is wrong. Unwanted touching is wrong. It does happen in Gambia every single day. Now, those touchings more lead to something talk fee right now. It's very common. Punijel naka diw rakam joko nako dama dika sa mak o saraka sikal siam nga help ko. It's very common in the Gambia. Most of us are living with our wives, sisters, or our brother sisters. This is how extended family we live in the Gambia. Len Hamon, Sunker Mami, with 4 wives, with all the extended family you get together. Now, go halal amna mak yo xamne o xale goor yo xamne naka day mo jël jigen te ko sen kaw and it give them pleasure. But these things are not seen as wrong in the Gambia. Hopefully from this case, the good thing about this case that I think the government should learn from here, revisit and initiate and enact a new law. Like in the UK, when something like this happened to BBP, it triggered a law. When a child is involved in these things right now, all the multi-service agencies involved are contacted. Now, despite all nobody cares about her welfare. And these are situations where a person could go and commit suicide. Because the whole Gambia is against her. Whether Wahloko or Wahloko right now, I am not in support of anybody. I want to know what the verdict will be. I want to know what evidence is on the table that are beyond reasonable doubt. Judge Bine, your evidence is without doubt, is a fact. Now, I'm digger right now. Man, lulai hard right now. I think that any sensible person don't talk on social media, either Saga Bob or Saga Janghabi right now. Moreover, Janghabi am domini right now, Teji. Have we advocate for any service in the Gambia to be offered to them? Now, this brings me to the case of Tufa. After the case of Tufa, she for now initiated an NGO, a charity. What charity in the Gambia has come out publicly to render support to these children?
Sarah, just 1 second. Let me just interrupt you here. These things that you're talking about, these are not jobs of the charity. These are the basic jobs of our government. So we cannot wholesale the government's job to charities. We cannot say everything a charity must come up. No, these are things that a government must do at its foundational level. Protect our vulnerable, provide services. These are the jobs, these are the mandate of government. We pay taxes for these services. Let us stop asking for charities to come and rescue us. Why do we have a government? It's time for us to start demanding from our government.
Definitely.
We pay taxes. Instead of we allowing government to pasar our money, we demand from them. But every time, look, anything small happens, we want to say, where is the charity to help us? Why? This is not charity work. This is why we have governments. These types of things that you're talking about.
Basic social services 101. Let's take this caller. We have one caller, and then we'll continue. Please keep your calls 2 minutes, and then respectful, please. Hello, caller.
Hello. maa ngi nuyu ñëpp fu ma dooree mooy like pour ñeneen ñu xam ne pour ñi xeex is not only this is not about Bob Keta only. This is about the whole Gambia at large. Being it jigéen bu ñu rape, being it góor bu ñu rape. So for other people, they're taking it wrong. We are only fighting for Bob. We are not only fighting for Bob. We are fighting for every other individual. Being in mind to or Ganao Contour or Fumuntinega, there's a case. They're serious or they are not doing anything about it. You take Labena Plus, the George La, Nini Hamun for Dega Fete. Because they don't be jam on the Tekobena Plus. You're accused of something. Who len ne moko def faanu len ko guilty or faam ngeen ko guilty ngeen tek ko ben place xam nga xaar bobu nonu rek ak family bi ak ñeneen entourage am ak ñu mu di doon lo rek dafa mun na rey nit. So Gambia I think ne loolu la nit ñi ñep di xeex. It's not about only Bob Keta. So gisee ñep jogandor ci case Bob bi it's not only about Bob na Bob mo feñ la rek tay mo nekk in the limelight problem am bi mo nekk at sport just right now why ñu bari ñu ci problems yi nga xam ne façon problème yi or being it such being it rape being it whatsoever while Gambia ñu leen neglect seen cases yi te loolu moo rong moo tax bi ñëpp jogandoo like Pausman comme loo leen doon wax about Sainabou Mbye is not the issue here why Sainabou Mbye make herself the issue because if
yow man nu ma la namee maa yow dañ need lunch wala dinner village wala breakfast wax ma rek
focus on your mental health focus on other issues as a family ngeen stick together as a stronghold ngeen say naa ngeen di sori our problem bi ni naa ngeen ko takule rather than being on social media di tontu wante put negative comment wala positive comment yena itam so ko sere Sainabou Mbye at other hand she used to be blamed for whatsoever is going on in her life because su fekkee ne yaa ngi nekk si façon problem bi ni toogal nga defend sa bopp nga arrange sa bopp defar sa bopp nga toog nga seet focus on this your sa case bi nga xam ne ngeen is in court ngeen xëy naka ngeen ko takule if Bob is found guilty like I said now yal na ko yàlla weer and loi bi mu get to deal with Bob but if Bob is not guilty then let them deal with the case and let the guy free and go back to his family. I think most of the people loolu la ñoo jël waaye am na ñu bari nag ñun fanaa dañ misunderstanding te ñëpp ñu nekk si biir case Bob bi.
However, the family kid online. Sainabou is not the one who has arrested Bob and keep Bob in remand. So how is this Sainabou's problem? I don't even understand how you can even blame Sainabou for this. She is supporting her sister in her allegation. You know, how can Sainabou be blamed for this?
Nobody is denying Sainabou to support her sister, but there are other ways to support your sister.
That is your choice. You choose how you want to support. You choose how you want to support. You cannot dictate to somebody else how they should support.
That's exactly right. So
and this is exactly why we are at this impasse in this country.
Sainabou wanted to be
wants to impose their own will on the screen. You cannot dictate to Sainabou what to do. Sainabou is not the reason why Bob is in jail. The police decided to keep Bob in jail. It is not Sainabou.
Let us stay out of the case.
It is not your business to tell her what to do.
Mental health.
It is not your business to tell her what to do. Who are you to determine how Sainabou should behave?
All right, thank you, Paula.
No.
Thank you, Paula. Thank you.
It's no business to tell her what to do. And Sainabou did not accuse. It's the sister who decided.
No, man, bima waha Sainabou, and she make a point. Bima neke di plea di watana mom. dafa pose back a question mu ne pa am nga doomu jigéen mu ne ko yes mu ne ma how would you feel your helpless daughter is being raped by a person? Would you go and negotiate and for the case to be killed? ma ne ko personally ma ko tontu ma ne ko ngeen baa ma ci wax ci ma ne ko man ku rape suma doom ma toj sa lu bon if I know you I will kill you. Okay, now how do you expect me to now go and kill a case that is beyond me right now? Manako, linga wah make no sense. Why legi there are some instances where you have an out of court settlement, but it depends on the magnitude of the case. But it depends. Not every case more than an out of court settlement. Therefore, now Bini passing right now. The only way forward, all of us, our central point of talking or our enemy should be the state. Speedy trial and a fair trial. This is all what we want. Take right now. Everybody else, then also want it. Because in the end, we are fighting for the same thing. More speedy and fair trial. Now, the other part being these both Bob and the girl, they all need psychological help. Just example, Maka, I'm not being imam if you talk on the different chagai. Everybody has a right and has to be protected. Even the prisoner. We do not treat prisoners as animals. Prisoners, they have rights and they deserve that kind of treatment. Now, I personally think, and the sister, they both need to undergo a psychological counseling. Likewise, Bob, because sitting in that mile two alone, hamulo Kenya, hamulo Lanla, hamulo why is tall, right, is another trauma on you. So, I think this way we have to come in and support both parties and let the justice deals with Linga Hamne is beyond you right now. Duma judge, duma lawyer, our evidence. I'm not law Hamne, mama. How mako hamuloko. The only person who knows my Bob and the lady and Senamo. At Yala, right Nyoko Ham. They can do ham right now. Where we come in our society, my support the helpless. My give them this counseling that they need. In any
rape calls pa. Let's take them, then you continue. Like I said, 2 minutes, please call us. As many calls as possible and keep your calls respectful, please. Go ahead, caller. Yen mi call me, su caller di wax duma muna jël, suma paré rek I will return your calls. Go ahead, caller. Oh, bala len ma ngi wax sax man. So let's just go ahead, caller. Ñu la dégga.
Rek di jaajëfal mama di kontaan tamit ci ñi nga xamé né non la dé handle situation bi waaye li ma wax rek mooy ne Gambia bi ñu mel ni mama dañ ci am solo te mbiri case bi ni foog naa ne li ñu war a cry out mooy pa xaw na fa laal tuuti mooy media bi ñi nga xam ne ni ñu ngi def liggéey bu am solo comme maasi mama bi nañ bugg di génn di ñaxtu pour système change bi ñu jéem see wax dara because case bi soo gisee mu dem bi am 2 years bu war a egsi fii si rape case système bi moo ñu fail Gambia bi système fail yu lañ am because soo gisee nit ñi ñëpp di ku nekk di dugg di wax ay wax yu ñaaw yi su système bi failutoon am na audio yoo yónnee nit sax nguur gi police yi war nañ cee am yoon teg kooku place am suñ ko defoon benn nit ñaari nit ñi dinañ stop di interfere si judiciaire système bi wala si life nit ñi loolu mooy problème bi case bi nag man wax dëgg yàlla duma ci mun a wax li ma ci mun a wax rek mooy nañ try ñu gën a maasi maama gi ñu gën a advocate pour système changes mu mun a am si Gambia bi because case bi man mënuma cee wax waaye nañ maama maa ngi ko jaajëfal góorgóorlu biri rape case yi nii ak di jàngal xale yi tamit programme yoo xam ne dinañ indi parents yi ñuy waxtaan ak xale yi pour di leen won ne la su la nit laalee ab appropriate place nga mun cee waxtaan ak sa yaay loolu dafa manqué si Gambia bi jigéen ñi duñ dee waxtaan ak xale yi te nit mooy ñëw ne dañ ko réeb ñu stigmatise ko ñu bari suñ demee ne seen yaay man dañ ma laal place nangam def ko def buñ ko yëgee dañ naan da nga xam góor ak yooyu noonu yooyu yëpp plateforme yu maama war a def la ñu di si waxtaan di jigéen ñi di ndaw ñi su ko defee prix kii si yëpp dina xaw a wàññeeku parce que suñ ko defee ñu di ko wax di leen yóbbu court système bi change di nga gis ne réew mi dina yokkute dina si mun a am si mbiri yu demee nii waaye kees bi moom man wax ci yàlla mu ma ci wax jaajëfal Baba rek di ko ñaan li moo def nii mu yokk ko te jël boppam bi dama ci banta ñu jéem a jël place.
Thank you so much. Okay, ñu jël another caller. Bala leen ma call si dafa bari te gis ngeen benn phone lañ am. We have one phone and all the calls are coming here. So leen a call mënuma pick is because somebody else is on the line. Foog ngeen xaar rek ma dem through the calls and I'll get to you. So just wait. Call and I'll ñu nekk di call ni I will take the call when I drop this other calls. Yes, caller.
Yeah, I want to contribute to the program.
Yeah, we can hear you. Melvin, maa ngi gis sa call. So caller be pare na la call back. I can't take the calls while people are calling. Go ahead.
I think with the issue of Bob Keta, it's a very sensitive case. And we need to be very careful with our comments and the contribute or whatever observation we are doing, by following the legal, proceedings and the like. The comments to me are aggravating the problems rather than finding a solution to it, because the matter is already in the court, and I think we all have to be very patient. Those who are sympathizers of Bob or the other side, should try to follow the court proceedings and see the trial until the end. Because we cannot all be legal experts. And, some of us are commenting on this, very sensitive case which we have no clue about. This is our habit, the Gambians. When something broke out, everybody wants to be heard. I think people should limit their comments, and allow the legal experts to do their work. This case is an eye-opener for all of us. These things have been existing in our society. Most of us we are privy to it, but we are not taking any step to make us stop for it, because this is not the first time. People have been married at a very early age, less than 18, and by law, which is not normal. And we haven't. And it has just aggravated or manifested, but I think it has been deeply rooted in our society, and we have to find a solution to see how we can sensitize our people about early marriage and what we know say about such things. Yeah, I don't have much to say about we have to limit our comments and leave the experts.
Thank you. Thank you, caller. Okay. Thank you. Okay, we have other calls coming in. So many missed calls. Okay, let me start, I think, from the bottom and work my way up. Okay. Oh my God. Caller, okay, go ahead, caller.
Okay, thank you to the panel sitting down there discussing about this program. We are all Gambians who have concern about this case. Both Bob and Senabu and sister for Senabu. But I just problem here is the states who fail everybody. That's my honest opinion here. The state definitely fail us. They failed the side of Bob, and they failed the side of Senabu's sister. So in so doing, we both have our opinions. Like Paos, man, whoever is here, we both have our opinions. And you respect my opinion, like I'm gonna respect your opinion. Yeah. I can't talk about Bob Man, I'm not in Gambia, and I can't talk about Senabu's sister, I'm not in Gambia. The only thing we can do, it is the state that we must rely on. Everybody right now is relying on the state, and the state woefully fail us. The way the prosecution, the way everything is going on since for the past 1 year, 2 years, is all wrong. At least, and the other side is the police. The police in their investigations, like right now, somebody should be charged or detained for the death of the child. But the innocent child may rest in perfect peace is also another thing. So that means the state failed us. This is why everything here, everybody wants to be own, which it doesn't even warrant it. Things shouldn't even go up to this state, but because the state failed us, people don't know what is happening, and everybody want to take part for somebody else. But anyway, let us see how best it's going to be at the end of the day. Anyway, thank you for your support, and thanks for the panel as well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm just going to take callers that we've missed.
Mama.
Back to this, but like I said, let's keep our comments 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Mama,
sorry. I'm bena mange waha senabu. Mango why it's not a good idea. Why I'm not some voice note explain about what happened about baby Muhammad's death, and also another voice note for the bullying and all. So we if that is acceptable.
That's fine.
Send them a colleague right now.
Okay, that's fine. Let's get this caller and then we take it. Caller, 2 minutes like everybody else. Go ahead, I'm listening. We can hear you. Hello?
Okay, yes.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, the first thing, what I wanted to talk about, and this is directed at Powers because he started the program, and I just wanted to correct certain things that Powers said. I'm sure it was a slip. I don't think he meant what he said. First, he said that Bob is presumed guilty until a court declares him innocent. So I think that was a slip from Powers, but I think that was a serious slip, and we shouldn't let it slide. So I just wanted to correct that there's nothing like that. It's the reverse. The guy is presumed innocent until he is proven guilty by a court of competent jurisdiction. So Powers, I hope you get that straight. Now, the second thing I want to talk about is the issue of this Bob versus Mama. For me, I do not think that is the issue. It is not about Bob and Mama. What people are saying, and what is very obvious, is that the state in this matter have failed to dispense justice in a very fair, timely, and effective manner. So, for example, you made mention, Mama, of something which I think is very crucial. At the level of the police investigation, it came out because it was Bob who was accused of rape. So the complaint that got to the police station was Bob was the accused person, and it was Bob who raped the girl, allegedly raped the girl. So this was the complaint at the level of the police station. However, when the police conducted their investigations, as a result of their investigations, which we all know that it is the police that is vested with the right of investigating crimes, it came about that this alleged minor had a sexual relationship with another guy. And this guy was brought to the police, and at the level of the police, this guy was also charged. Now, if you look at the charge from the police, the guy was not charged because he raped, because there was no complaint against that boyfriend that he raped the girl. But at the level of the police, knowing that the girl is a minor, and knowing that there was another adult involved in a sexual relationship with that guy, it was deemed to be statutory rape. So the recommendations of the police was that both Bob, who is being accused, and the boyfriend, who it has been deemed by way of investigations that he is involved with the minor, should both be charged. Now, what would have happened is that it was for this matter to proceed to court on a different wavelength. One, the guy, Bob, being charged for it, and him proving his innocence or guilt in court, and the boyfriend who is having a sexual relationship with a minor who ordinarily is deemed to have committed statutory rape. Now, when this matter got to the level of the Ministry of Justice, the Ministry of Justice, in their wisdom, decided that they were going to charge Bob for alleged rape, which is not yet proven, and there were no evidences against Bob except by virtue of the testimony of the alleged victim to say that Bob raped me. So in that instant, it was only the victim saying that Bob has raped her, and there was absolutely no corroborated evidence, no hard evidence as of then. Now, what people don't understand, what I myself don't understand, is what gave the Ministry of Justice the power to decide that the boyfriend will not be charged, even though the police investigations have revealed that this was an adult who was having a sexual relationship with an other minor. Ordinarily, he should have been charged for statutory rape. So from that instance, you begin to tell, why was the pick and choose? Why was Bob more important to the state than the boyfriend who the state was aware was having a relationship with a minor?
Okay.
So from the very onset, you can see how the state was not the interest of the state was not protecting this minor. Because if the interest of the state was protecting this minor, the state would have charged that boyfriend so that that boyfriend would understand that the relationship that you have with this minor, according to law, is wrong.
Okay, so can I just ask caller, Melvin, can we just agree or at least get something very clear? What people, or at least credible supporters, are calling for is for the speedy disposition of justice, so that at least people, and also including the fairness of the justice system by including another person that is also identified as having been part of also this child's life.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. If you see me, you're my Facebook friend, so if you notice, you will never see me talk about Sena Mumbai or talk about Mama. In fact, I didn't know her name was Mama until very recently. I don't talk about them. But for example, a criminal matter, where you have an accused person behind bars in remand, and the judge, this is not at the instance of the state prosecutor, we haven't gone to that, or the instance of the defense, just the judge presiding over the matter has adjourned that case for 33 times.
Okay, let me get back to this. Let me just ask you another question. Dee, I don't know if you also want to comment, but I just want to ask, so if we agree that we are all, and we will all agree that, that the boyfriend was Caramel Jalo is saying that she's guessing that the boyfriend was a minor at that time as well.
No, the boyfriend was not a minor, because I'll tell you why.
Or the alleged boyfriend, because we don't know, because the statements that people are also saying.
No, Mama, it's very simple to know, because listen, we're all within the legal setup. It's very easy.
No. But what I'm saying is, what I'm saying is, whether the boyfriend, according to, because there are two sides to this story. Some are saying it was the boyfriend. Some are saying he came 3 months. She was pregnant 3 months before he came into the picture. Whatever the issue is, I think we can go past that. But what I want us to focus on is justice delivery. I want to get some few pointers. If a 15-year-old girl says that she was raped or had sexual intercourse with an adult man, what is the responsibility of the state at that point, whether it's on the side of the boyfriend or an accused person like Bob? What is the responsibility of the state?
Say, repeat the question. I didn't get that. Repeat it again.
If a 15-year-old minor
yes.
said she was raped or had sexual intercourse that resulted in pregnancy, with an adult man, whether it's the boyfriend or with Bob, and she is accusing Bob of being being part of the people that she has had a sexual relationship with. At this point, what is the responsibility of the state in terms of that complaint that came in, whether it's from the child herself or the family that realized that an adult man has had sex with our child and it has resulted in this pregnancy? What is the responsibility of the state at that point?
The responsibility of the state at that point was firstly to launch an investigation, take the matter seriously, launch an investigation to ascertain first if the rape allegation against Bob Keta is something that prima facie evidence has been produced so that a charge or an indictment can be filed against him. But you made, hang on, Mama. You made mention about something, and I just want to correct that. Whether the girl, we all agree the girl was 15 years. So whether the girl was dating the boyfriend 3 months after she was pregnant or 6 months after she was pregnant, the fact remains that if the boyfriend was engaged in a sexual relationship with a minor and is an adult, it is statutory rape.
Thank you. We don't. I mean, we're not going to argue with that. Whoever sleeps with a minor, it is statutory rape. Point blank. Period.
Absolutely.
Whether it's allegedly Bob or the boyfriend. So 2 people should have been charged. We can agree that if that was the case, then 2 people should have been charged. I don't think anybody will.
In fact, Mama, the case with the 2 individuals, the boyfriend that has determined that yes, he has confessed, he has said yes, I'm in a sexual relationship with the girl. In fact, that's a prima facie case that has been established against that boy. You don't even need to lodge an investigation. The boy has consented to having a relationship with the girl. The girl is a minor. She has no capacity to give consent. So as far as you're concerned, there was no consent. And even where consent was given, there was no capacity under the law to give that consent.
Okay.
So it is I
have one final question, because obviously, the phone, you can hear the phone. Everybody wants to come in. Somebody wants me to ask you, Fatu wants me to ask you, what does the Child Act say about defilement of a minor?
What does the what?
The Child Act say about, I think it's, the Child Act say about defilement of, as they put it, of a minor.
Yeah, defilement of a minor. That is what is statutory rape. It's just another language.
Thank you. Okay.
It's just another language.
So if I understand your advocacy,
what is deemed statutory rape.
Okay, let me just get one question.
It's called defilement of a minor.
Yes.
In America, it's statutory rape. In England, it's statutory rape. It's just a matter of
okay. So let me just get your premise for supporting Bob Keta. Your premise or your advocacy is about the speedy dispensation of justice in order for justice to be seen to be not just served, but also to be speedy in terms of, because 2 years is unreasonable, that everybody can agree with.
Yes, absolutely. Because if you don't do that, what it means is that, so for example, right now, it means that whatever, I know this because, like I have first-hand experience of this. So when I talk about these things and why I'm passionate about it, for example, there are people for the rest of their lives, as far as they're concerned, I'm a rapist. They don't care. They don't want to know what the courts have deemed. They don't want to know what the level of investigations are. They don't care to know that no indictment was filed on my person or there was, because of the way social media descends into such issues. So, for example, for Bob being in remand for 2 years, the effects are long-lasting for the rest of his life. So when Bob is deemed innocent and freed by the courts, the devastating effects that this trial had on Bob is lasting on his family, himself, his 2 children that he has with Zainabu Mai. So that is why I feel the state has failed from the very onset. Journalists and reporters have failed in the way they reported this matter, where the identity of these individuals were never hidden. And if you look at the Children's Act, it is clearly stated that when you report issues of sexual offences that involve minors, that their identity must be clearly kept away from the reporting.
Okay, all right, thank you. Thank you. We have so many callers. Sima dugal nga nuyo whilst ma jël callers because ñu bare nekk on the call, so I have to return those calls and also get them. We have just one phone, like I said.
Okay. Mama, I am benefit. Naka suhata. Sima bala nga ñëw suhata mu ngi on the line. Da nga bëgg ma jël ko. Ba pare I messages from Seynabou Mbye.
Yeah. So, I think Nasima nuyo then you door jël the messages from Seynabou, because I think it's important. Everybody has demonized her, and she also has a right to a fair hearing, and I think we really haven't been fair to her in listening to her and what she has to say, so we can do that. Sima, go ahead nga nuyo ñu go on.
Waaw maa ngi nuyu ñëpp di ziar ñëpp di baalu ñëpp aha di wax ne rek lu ñoo wax si rek nañ déglu nañ xam ne rek suñ opinion rek la ñoo wax waaye ñun nekkuñ judge nekkuñ lawyer nekkuñ victime xamuñ lu fa xew ñoom ñaar rek a xem lépp luñ fi wax rek nit ñi bu saaga yi nañ ko wàññi te xam ne nañ jël suñ xol yi xam ne lii case boo xam ne la mu si loxo yoon dañoo wax si lu aha rek pour bu mu amaat lu mel nii bu mu amaat loolu rek la. jërëjëf.
Okay, da ngeen ñoo baalal caller ñu dugal the audio from Seynabou Mbye and then we will continue. Go ahead. I'm just going to wait on the call. So the baalal leen ñu rek I will return all the people calling on the phone.
Okay.
Baalal leen ñu rek ñu def lii first, then we get.
Okay, yeah, so that 2 minutes like ma play lini. No, I'm not permission from her.
Yeah, go ahead.
Nancy.
I'm not going to mama.
Okay, Harama mute all the listen. Harama mute everybody. Sorry. Okay, go ahead.
No, sort of listen.
Okay. Pauls, go ahead.
Okay.
Like I said, let's keep our comments respectful. You might not want to hear from Seynabou Mbye, but she also, like everybody else, has a right to be heard. And, it's important that we give her that opportunity. So please, let's keep our comments respectful and listen to what she has to say as well. Go ahead. No, you're Kaltuti.
So how much technology line fini? Not okay, here it is.
Yo fata fale ni sama hido. Ay dem fofu ñu wax man luma tal xam naa ko yàlla rek xam dama nekk di daj Dakar fii pour affaire xale bi ni affaire ni wax billahi.
Yango diga.
Ni la demee fata.
Okay. And Mama, how am I? Because of let me how much read the messages soon what by audio be?
No, let her explain. We explain accident be motor be. Let her talk. Just put the audio through.
So, man ma waja man sa kanam. Cerno tam sa kanam. Cerno obi bunta wi waja ma waja. So mu def kibili ak Aisha Fatima. Kibili ak Aisha Fatima Mohamed sa kanam. So fana Fatima Aisha obi bunta be daw. Gena. So hamna kibili tam fonna Mohamed wacaale na ndeka Mohamed mom ngeen nelaw mom tam waja rek tej bunti papa Cerno tej man tam mate Fatima Aisha tam daw dem. So man non la duggé ci biir kër bi ma ngi dimbale gaay paak ci biir Cerno mu ne after Cerno mu ngi wara deluwaat ko mo wara anda truck driver ñu deluwaat ci kër bi pour jëli wa bagage yu dess waye bobu nonu fekk faatu yaay Mohamed mom mu ngi ci kër bi di paak bagage yu dess di hard truck driver del ci pour jël ci second trip bi so non la Cerno andé ak truck driver pour gaay deluwaat jëli second trip bi ak kibije yépp so man li ma nekké ci néeg bi nonu man ma ngi fogg ne Papa Cerno andana ak Mohamed because Mohamed daf dey top up kii Cerno always because like that's like a routine Cerno daf dey Mohamed daf dey mën a nekk si ma loxo daf dey nekk si lifin Cerno daf dey mën a nekk si anybody because du liir so dañ demoon a ànda ku nekk suñ boy si ko yi sax dañ demoon a ànda so man ma fonne dafa toppa ñoom Cerno ak Trump bi Cerno tam mu ngi fonne ñoom dañ dugga ak xale moom dafa dugga ak xale si biir ndeke Mohamed mi ngi tëdd sa moto bi Cerno tëj bunta moto bi dem ak Trump bi ko beneen moto bi mu ngi foofu noonu su ma mu den moto saaks bi boobu mu ngi si kër bi foofu noonu so Cerno dafa war a indiwaale moto boobu noonu so moo tax yóbbuwul suma moto bi mu bàyyi moto bi si bunti kër bi foofu noonu pour su ñëwee suy ñëw mu mun a indiwaale beneen moto bi because last trip bi la te Fatou dafa war a ñëwaale ñii noonu nañ delloo Fatou could you imagine ñii xale bi mi ngi tëdd si moto bi ñu si biir néeg bi foog ne xale bi dem na ak Cerno ñu ngi paak si biir Cerno tam dem na boori 2 yooyu ba boori 5 imagine on after 3 hours hey Cerno dem Cerno ñëw gaay bu ñëwee ak trog bi ak bagage mu dugal si biir Fatou tam di wàcce yeneen bagage rek kibili mu ne caabi moto bi naka dégg ma caabi moto bi mobile am bi daf ko bàyyoon si moto bi mu ne xaaral ma dem seet ma xaaral ma dem jëli suma mobile bi mu si moto bi kibili noonu la demee ubbi bunti moto bi rek fekk Mohamed ngi dëpp foofu noonu rek mu ne ay waaye fekk bu ma ubbi moto bi di gis Mohamed ne kii yaay kii la ma koy fekk suñ benn néegoo ngi toog si koñ bi foofu noonu am na opposite kër bi foofu am néego si am na tàngaay bi moo tax ngi toog si mbedda bi kooku mu laaj ko lu xew after mu génne kibili mu ñëw after fa naa man moo génne jigéen bi sa laa gis mu ngi amee Mohamed soo gisee Mohamed yaramam bi mu ngi like man ma foog ne dee na maa yee jooy ma ne Mohamed dee na jigéen mu ngi amee mu ne déedéet kii dee sooti leen ko ndox jigéen bi si boppam moo ñëw di ñu dimbale sooti leen ko ndox after ma ne kii dee na ñu ne ma déedéet yóbbu leen ko lopitaan deeyut ñun noonu nañ ko jëlee ñu ros ko after man de Papa Cerno xanaa ma fa ne yow da nga yóbbu Mohamed Papa Cerno mu ne man maa ngi Mohamed mu ngi fii ak yéen so si la understand ne ndeke moom mu ngi foog ne mu ngi ak ñun tam ñu ngi foog ne Papa Cerno mu ngi ñun Mohamed ndeke Mohamed mu ngi si moto bi am naa léegi lu mu amut oxygène nag loolu moo ko suffoqué naka Mohamed mu ngi wëcc foofu noonu yëpp billahi xale bi soona boobu gàddee Fatia ñun ñu daw yóbbu ko Afrimet bi ñu ko yóbbu Afrimet gars yi kirti si moom dafa ko oxygène am fa 1 hour bu ko rek sax gars yi ñu ne ñoom ñu ngi koo lifinde mu ngi nooki waaye nooke bi mu ngi pulse am bi ñu ngi fluctuate gars yi ñu ne ñu yóbbu ko Banjul noonu la ñu dugalee si ambulance bi yóbbu ñu Banjul buñ demee ba Banjul tam nekka si kirti karta affaire yi xale bi kirti karta affaire yi xale bi ba bu ko dee man ma gis ne lii mu ngi woos ma ne leen ne léegi dama bëgg a xale bi yóbbu ko Dakar mooy moo dégg gaañu ne léegi dinañ leen prépare ñun noonu lañ defee arrangement courte jël affaire yi air ambulance bi ni ma ko yóbbu ñu àgga Dakar monde bu ñu àggee Dakar di see monde boobu noonu boori 7 yooyu ñu àgga Dakar bi ñu àggee Dakar gars yi admit ko si lopitaan bi ñu ko admité si lopitaan bi gars yi laaj ma lu xew ma expliqué leen everything lu ko dal gars yi noonu lañ nekkee di kirti karta xale bi di fi monde ba Tuesday ba Friday ba si Arafat bi si la mujjee gaañu ma ne xale bi gaañu na gars yi traité nañ ba soona mu ne ci dara
Mama, Sheila am right now. Li defuma ko in support of anybody. Why Henya, she wants to speak.
Yeah.
But she's not giving the audience and the chance to speak. Because right now, Limo explaining is another shift, another dimension of the overall case right now. So Lee, I wish man kon try pour lache ndax bëgg naa wax. Why man tamit I don't want to take responsibility of ñu ko saaga di ko bully on our platform.
No, Fimom, you know, they can say whatever you do, like, but nobody is going to come here to insult her or to say whatever. Kuneka expresses their grief in any way. And I think, you know, we have to be, Haramajel Antifatu Mumsi line bi. Malal meeting, dinala call up back.
So, pare, duma calls nakasura hata, mo neka di correct, please.
Wow, okay. Bala marek Majel Antifatu, mom si family bi la boka. Okay, Antifatu bala ma nga fay loy deklo rek nga wax fi ni. Bala ma nga fay loy wax.
Well, Mama, dama bëggoon participate.
Okay. Bala ma nga fay looy
Wow,
dégloo.
dama bëggoon participate a little bit ci seen programme bi, which is very educational. I don't know who Bob Keta is, or what's her name, the other parties.
Seynabou.
While lima wax moy liñ daan advocate moo di ne most of these rape cases kiñ rape du dee ñeme wax duñ ko daan wax. We've lived a life boo xam ne papa yi nijaay yi brother yi cousins yi neighbors yi trustee guardians yi ñu ngi rape nit ñi dañ ko daan mara wax ko noonu bàyyi ko sutura most of the time 99.9.
Baalal leen ma rek dinañ get back to yéen su anti Fatou pare. I'm just using one line. Baalal leen ma rek document call bi. Baalal leen ma call bi dog na. Xana ma dugal ma kii jeexal waxam bi. Foog ñu mayante rek. Okay. Neka, I cannot even see the calls again. There's so many calls coming in. I can't. Maylen ma rek fi neka ni ma jekali call bi ni dan ñu jëlaat yeneen call. Hello?
Hello?
Wow, balal ma de call si bari ba mu dog sa lefin bi. Go ahead.
Wow. Dama doon ne Seynabou Mbye dafa am ñeneenti yëf yu ko dal. Benn dañ ko entrust on a minor. Dañ ko trust ñu jox ko mu yar ko ci biir seyam o ñu dénk ko ci biir seyam. Whether jëkkëram la o keneen ci biti moo ko rape, she was a minor. Foofu Seynabou am na fa naxar. Ba xale ba jëlee ci biir. Kiñ doon rape whether jëkkërit maga moo ko rape o keneen moo ko tëddoo, it's another thing loo xam ne mu ngi affect Seynabou. 3 su fekkee ni jëkkëri Seynabou moo ko rape te loolu is very common dafa am na amaat na fi jigéen ñu bari dañ leen jox seen rakka yi seen jëkkër olbate ko biiral leen ñu wax ko o waxuñ ko it is existing. 4th one bi lim nettali ci affaire yi xale bi loolu man duma ci dugga sax it's a tragic accident man ci suma own point of view. It's not negligence parce que ñoom ñetta ñëpp yëgoowuñ. Ñoom ñetta ñëpp yëgoowuñ ku nekkaa ngi fone ne xale baa ngee kii kële ngee kii happen na loolu des na ci loi bi mu def ko. Li ma wax mooy who are we to judge? Who are we to judge? Who are we to point a finger? Mama, about 7-8 years ago, yow keneen ak man ak keneen dañ doon yuuxu ne why do we have the kangaroo judges in this country? Xeex ko guddi bëccëg ba kangaroo country judges yi génn ci dëkk bi ñu indi sin own Gambians. We either have a trust in this system or we have a work to do to repair the broken system. Being in the trust to our judiciary system. Why Monday lima yakar moy ne we have a trustful judiciary system. Hanga luta su fekkee ne dañ gis ne même du ko starté sax ci investigation ci sax su fekkee dafa rom sax Gambians are aware ñëpp eewu nañ pour point a finger just as li ñoo def ne why was he detained for the past 2 years? Why was he detained for the past 2 years? Rape is not a bailable crime. liñ war a def kay mooy sin legislature bi ñun ñu demaat ne ok li ngeen def fii ba nga xam ne rape is not a bailable crime loolu lañ war a ratify. There is a room for that. There is always room for improvement. waaye nañ xalaat ne man laa wax de man yàlla nattu na ma awma doom yu jigéen doom yu góor la am suma doomi sister si ñooy jigéen ak suma siti ku réeb suma doom dinaa la toppa ba ci sa baameel su fekkee ne noonu la mel ci man there are millions of women yoo xam ne dañ mel ni man tamit so I mean man de li ma doon ñaan yàlla mooy ñun ñëpp nañ leen calm down ñu jox the benefit of the doubt ñu bàyyi yëpp ci loxo judiciary bi ba ki nga xam ne dañ ko accuse ñu ne déedéet mbaa ñu ne waaw su boobaa nag jigéen ñi nga xam ne ñoo ci involve wi ci Sainabou ak rakaam definitely ko amul xol danga naan ñii duñ help ñii dañ need help dañ need help kene xale bu jur xale ba olbateku dee xale buñ réeb oo xale buñ teel a tëddal mu am ci doom ji olbateku dee ñun dee kemoon nañ leen ko xalaataat ñun tamit nañ leen def ndànk rek ñu dal far du ñaaka nga far waaye nga seet sa diggante ak yàlla nga reason nga jël sa daala nga ne daala bii xaaral ma jël ko ma natta suma tànk ci daali keneen ngeen baal ma ahana wonderful program continue.
Thank you so much.
Mama mani naka sohata
wa jela Surahata ñu ko
Surahata waxa ñu nga diga
Assalamu Powers and Mama Linga and all the other panelists. For me, what I want to say is like Malvin's already mentioned a lot of those stuff already. But one thing I can tell you, a lot of people supporting Bob. It doesn't mean they are supporting Bob. We want a speedy trial in this case. It's over 2 years. They are dragging this boy in and out. And most of us start talking when this little boy passed away. That's the time we start talking. That's the time a lot of people think there's a foul play in this case. And it's very sad. People are coming here, they're talking shit about Sainabou. Others are talking shit about Bob. Most of these people are going through a lot right now.
Yeah, I think none of this is a walk in the park for Bob or Sainabou or anybody involved. And that's why I call it a very tragic, sad family incident that, I went through Sainabou's post, just seeing some of the videos she was having with Bob.
People are right now worried about Sainabou and her sister's mental status. Mm-hmm. How about a person who's been castrated for 2 months of the court? Nothing happens till now. And the alleged kids who passed, who died, it's so sad. And who is the person behind the video that came out? Who is behind that video? First of all, Sainabou, there's a negligence here. They give
I think let's not go into that because
Mama, let me come. They give you a minor to take care, and she get pregnant in your face. That's a negligence right there. Another little kid.
That's not her fault. You cannot blame her for that, Surahata. I'm sorry, but the girl was in her care. The girl got pregnant. She cannot be blamed for that because she doesn't have control over what people are doing to that girl.
It's a negligence. Then they leave another baby in the car and the person died. That's another negligence right now. In the United States, they will take those kids from.
Hold on. Okay, thank you. Let's take the other callers. Please, 2 minutes. I'm going to
we have opinions. But those who are worried about the girl's mental status right now, I think kids there. Women are doing the same thing. When Ben Suarez came out and said, when he was a child, the women molest him. Nobody came out and talk about it.
I think, let's get the facts right. People who are also commenting. This incident happened 2 days after her birthday. Let's not put these things and take these things out of context. I don't think anybody will go and have a birthday celebration when your nephew is lying down in a coma. This incident happened 2 days after her birthday. Let's stop doing this. This is, let's not twist the narrative. That's wrong. Let's take this caller and then we continue. Hello, caller.
Hello, assalamu alaikum.
Maaleykum salaam. Ay das Sluka.
na ngeen def.
Jaama rek.
waaw maa ngi leen a jaajëfal waay si I mean, it's a very nice program. Man, suma wax du bari si case bi because I've been following it closely. It's been trending for the last week or so on Facebook. And suma yaram dama yaram xale bu jigéen bi kili dal. Yeah, I mean, ñun suñu society dañ am benn problem and pour wax rek si society jigéen yi. Jigéen dina dafa génn si ñoo dañ ko rek. te li ma dégg na naari mooy ay moromi jigéenam ñooy taxaw di wax naan dafa fekk boobu dëgg mu nekk lu taw yaram te soo fekkee ne góor nga rek nga am doomu jigéen wala nga am ay sisters su leen li dalee man na ma dee toog ma laajte naka lañ war a mun a naka lañ ko traité ñoom su doon suñ biir kër la xamoon understand te dafa taw yaram suñ toogee man su ma toogee di gis ay jigéen yi génn si digga di attaque xale bu jigéen bi nasan am na léegi nii maa ngi follow affaire yi am na ko bind ne lu tax mu jël ko soolom pour mu come out man li ma respond kooku mooy yu mel nii moo tax ñu bari mu leen a dal si biir kër yi ñu ngi leen a réeb waaye façon yi ñoo tax dañ mën a génn man mënuma wax nag si biir si public am naa ne ñu bari ngeen dégg te am naa ñu bari dañ xamee suma voice waaye yu mel nii moo tax xale yu bari diñ tee génn te mu ngi xapun si biir kër yi te yéen ñi mën a wax nag moom li ma wax rek mooy ngeen di gën a sensitize nit ñi xam nga especially xale yi di am this kind of program ngeen jàngal xale yi jigéen xam nga ñu gën a aware waaw man I'm not taking sides xala xam na ne jël ma sides xaw ma boy bi waaye tamit suñu société dañu am benn problem and I'm gonna say this if your face fits you're deemed innocent for any wrongdoing which is completely wrong. Your dues like yow da nga soo defee toj rek defu ko because of man dama xam diw that is just wrong and it's very sickening. Lii rek la amoon la ma 2 minutes jot na ñu daan jaajëfal you guys are doing a good job nañ bàyyi justice mu def liggéeyam su justice defee liggéeyam dinañ xam fan la dëgg féeti waaye until then kenn amul right for judge anybody. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Mama, legi dama seen bu message mu ne Lee was the bad day. So the bad day was mu ne dama ko laaj incident bi kañ la happen.
Waaw nañ jël call bi bala ma ñu jël call bi then ñu continue please. Okay. Go ahead. Maaleykum salaam. Call 2 minutes please.
Yeah. Nuyu naa leen yéen ñëpp ku nekk sa tur sa sant. Anyway man lu ma bëggoon a wax mooy Gambian si laa bëgg a waxal dama bëgg a ñu tey si case bi nañ tey because li happen amul kenn ku la ko mun a wax ne la kii moo ko def wala kii moo ko def wala du kii accuse gëna na ne kii la ñii ne kii la nañ tey lu waa def liggéeyam because fu mu nekk nii ñun ñëpp hypocrite lañ ngeen baal ma si kaddu bi ñun ñëpp hypocrite lañ ñun ñëpp dañ far ak kenn am na ku ci faral ida boyfriend bi leen faral wala boob leen faral wala seena bu mbay moom leen faral ñun ñëpp far la ñoo demee nañ wàññi émotion bu ñoo jiital si lii xam ne ñu ni nen la ñoo bokk ak Gambia kees bi dafa passé nañ bàyyi justice mu def liggéeyam ñu tey si nga baal ma si kaddu bi man supporter Ousmane Sonko la waaye dama ne Ousmane Sonko duma ko miimal ne ko xamut Adji Sarr wala Adji Sarr xamu ko waaye li ma bañ mooy ne li Maître El Hadji Diouf taxaw wax ne dafa téye ñaari fesel dafa ne di ko réet man loolu laa wax ne amut wala sànga because jërëjëf soo ko déggee nga xam ne lu xel yàlla bi moo wax def ne borom xel yi lay waxal te moo bi na ku am xel ak ku amul xel soo ñun ñi nga xam ne ñun jaar nañ xel kan lañu war a waxal borom xel yi lañu waxal so loolu la woon ne dinaa leen ko wax tey leen dal leen si case bi te by justice mu def liggéeyam fu mu nekk benn problème rek moo am si case bi fee na rek la fee yoo amee mooy si saati nguur bi waaye gars dina rectify loolu because 2 years nga jël nit teg ko te justice amul loolu du amati Gambia loolu laa ñu woon ne dinaa leen ko wax wasalaam jërëjëf.
Thank you. Thank you. And like I said, you are all saying, again, this is what I'm talking about, you're siding. I am not going to sit here and let anybody say that nit rakam ñu rape ko si biir këram is her fault. Jigéen duma leen ko nangul. So if that makes me siding with Sainabu as you guys are claiming, then you can interpret that whatever way you like. But you are not going to come on Lingard Post platform. Is Sainabu's fault, whether it was Bob or a boyfriend, somebody raped her sister, and it is her fault. I will not accept that. So if that makes me, somebody that's siding, like I said, so you cannot come here and this is what people do. This is what people do. Whether you
Mama,
you cannot do this. You cannot come and tell somebody ne you're sa fault because ki because you're sa fault. You cannot do that, and that is what I'm saying that you should not say. I did not say that Surahata should not speak. I said that he cannot blame Sainabu for something that happened to her sister. We have seen and heard what she's saying. Tragic, again, very tragic. But we have to go with less emotion and more on what is happening. And what the family is saying, or what I'm just getting right now, is that this
Mama.
Yeah, go ahead, Sima.
Wow, man affaire bi suma wax dina xawa wax si man suma gémé wax benn rape case amna ay ñaari at Bob o muy Bob muy soxna si nga xam ne ñi ne dañ ko rape ñoom ñëpp case bi dafa yaaga pour man war nañoo mun a jël step bu yaaga ba def DNA test parce que doom def si juddu doom fu mu juddu loolu warta mun a waste time 2 years mama sa benn pour man case bi dafa yaaga ñaari at case boo xam ne ba tey DNA test waroon naa mun a am bu yaaga naka lañ war a man lu ma xaw a jaaxal mooy laas bu xale bi di war a jël DNA test war a am xale bi gaañu na nim gaañoo métti na si yaay bi nga xam ne moo jur doomam waxuma sax Bob de man nekkuma si Bob nekkuma si kenn ñoom ñëpp man dama blame justice bi ba pare xale bi num deeyee dafa métti képp koo xam ne rek jur nga dafa métti xale bi num deeyee pour man investigation bu correct dafa war a am ñu wax ñu naka la lan moo war a am négligence boobu noonu ba xale war a dee si moto doom nga fàtte ko fa just like that and mu war a dee just like that loolu tam war nañ see mun a def investigation ñu wax ñu parce que man affaire bi dafa lindem suma wax na moom Sainabu explain na déglu naa bu baax lu mu wax waaye ba tey man doyuma bëgg naa xam lan moo xew understand nga te xale bi nga xam ne moom dama fone benn xale bi dafa niit pour mu dem gis psychologie ñu waxtaan ak moom parce que jur doom su dee dafa jur doom xale bu am 15 years nga dem jàngi sa doom da nga war a am koo war a waxal man si lu ma foog man suma xalaat pour Bob saytam pour man feyawut lum feyawut mooy nit ki nga xam ne ñi ne dafa saaku xale bu jigéen ñaari at kooku noonu leetawuloo ko firiwuloo ko waxuloo lan moo xew loolu dafa rong si suñ justice benn warta mun a am su case amee
and I think we can all agree with that.
Waaw su case amee su lu ma wax mooy man munuma wax ne Bob dafa lii wala laa man li ma mun a wax góom nga ne justice bi ñi ne diw dafa réeb nit justice bi na def liggéeyam mooy proof kii ne ida dafa réeb wala réebut parce que tey bu fekkee ne Bob réebut wees nañ time am ñaari at for nothing te xale baa ngee dunda that time lu tax DNA test amutoon that time lu tax case bi ñu xaw koo tiye ba ñaari at ba xale bi tey yàlla tere nelaw na benn yaay bi nañ ko dem utali psychologist mu toog waxtaan ak ñoom parce que xale la judoogut xale la ba tey xale la so war na mën a jóg man si loolu mooy suma xalaat après Bob tam nañ ko leeta mbaa ñu firi ko parce que young man la ida bu dee dafa réeb na dem fu mu war a dem mu dem fa bu dee réebu tam ñu jox ko mu mun a delluwaat si ite boppam parce que tey teg fi nit après Gambie tam seen justice bi si duma dee dégg parce que case bi mënuma see wax lu bari am sa waaye jooj itam ñu nga war a attend case saay bu nekk ngay war a ne lii wala laa dafa warul si dëkka dafa war a taxaw si lu jub dëkka dafa war a taxaw jooj itam dañu war di ñëw on time xam ne ñi nga xam ne ñoom ñoo am problème yow yaa leen war a aate kuy aate dafa war a ñëw yow mi nga xam ne yow nga ne justice yow sa boppa jubuloo naka la askan bi di jubee waaw man fa lay amagum daal parce que affaire bi daal muy
ok nañ leen jël caller yi nii definitely fi mu nekk nii ñu ngi dem out of lifin sa time but let's take these callers hello caller
hello Assalamualaikum.
Maalaikum salam.
Mama and the audience, how is everyone doing? I have just some short regular wasili. I'm sure a lot of people will be surprised that Turing is the one speaking, but then this is a Gambian issue, and regardless of either taking a side of Bob or Zainabu, one thing is paramount in this whole situation, Mama, is that, you know, I feel our justice system has not done what it should have done, because if they really had, you know, so much need for this case, I believe even the child that was in this whole situation should have been taken from Zainabu just to be kept, you know, under, you know, a very good care until this whole case is done with. Two, and also if truly, you know, the state really wanted to fast track with this case, I believe the DA because me right now, if my brother is accused of rape, Mama, I cannot side with my brother, regardless of whatever. My friend, I cannot side with you because I will have to sympathize with the victim that is being raped rather than, you know, I kept to be cooling calm with you as a brother. I cannot, because rape is a serious issue and it's a non-bailable offense. It is funny to see us in the Gambia here, people are so emotional about this issue. Some are taking sides. Some are even having problem about this whole issue. In Europe, you dare not. If they accuse somebody of rape, you dare not come out going, you know, defending blood and doing stuff like this. It doesn't work like that. You always have to give the court its due to do its job, whether it takes time or not. It has to. You're going to put your emotions ahead. You just come and say, no, Bob has been locked for 3 years. He has to be released now. He has to be there. It doesn't work like that. They have to put the facts together. You know, they have to. People have to sympathize with everybody on this issue. People cannot just come and pick on Bob's side and then, you know, leave Zainabu. No, it doesn't. That's not how it is. Zainabu too, me personally, I'm going to say this with my, you know, big heart. Zainabu, please be strong and, you know, continue doing what you're doing, because Lee, kumdal dinala nahari, you like it or not. But Zainabu, family and be at Rakam, nyom nyosona Sili. Bob Gorla, okay, not to go again, Lutal Sikao Bob, the prison part, Bob regular, Akhna, Lumtar Resigan out to it. But Sunekene, definitely court case with, definitely Bob, Gain as a free person, there was nothing, Senam Tumalkoli or Rakam Tumalkoli, because Senam Rego would see court, Rakam Tamedwana, so Suneke Bob Free in Europe, Fana compensation of Demuna damages of unsort of Nadu, because Zena live in Europe.
Definitely.
Yeah. So, you know, so people can just, you know, free Bob, free. It doesn't work like that. You know, this is a rape issue. Whether people like it or not, people need to calm down, drink some juice and Coca-Cola, maybe even coffee, sir. ñu xaar loi bi pare si lu gaay di def. You know,
Thank you.
and for me, then I will stay strong and then, you know, keep doing what you're doing and then nga tesi yalla dal nga ñaan ci tamit.
Thank you.
So that everybody can be in peace. Thank you, Mama.
Thank you.
Mama.
Now?
Mange am I messages from Senabu. Why I'm just gonna keep it right there. You need more Guinea because it might jeopardize investigation. Why I am trying to connect dots. I'm not making any conclusion. I'm not making any assumption. Why I just wanna dismiss yena misconception you people do.
But I think you owe it to her.
Yes.
Because Mangi Gisfini, you're according to Lima Firidni, let me just read what she is saying from PAOS. So in the court, the gynecologist confirmed that she was only penetrated once, which led to the pregnancy. Even the doctor testified that in court. And the girl never said that she had sexual relationship with the supposed boyfriend or pointed to the boyfriend as the father of the child. So those are things that were also in court that we did not hear out there. Let's get Omar Bun. Let me continue quickly. Omar, go ahead. Fair Lloyd the floor, please. Apparently, this is what the doctor said in court. This is not from. This is the testimony from the court that I just got. What the doctor said. Go ahead, Bun.
Why? Jinga man case bi dal mo masi kay luñ ci won why man blame mo sena bu blame mo bop why system bi lay blame ko la bu mujé bi ni buñu compare Europe ak sudé Europe la une case du jël 2 years so fu mu nekk ni li ñun ñëpp fu ñu wara jublu moy suñ système bi nguur gi ak wa Gambia ni so gisé tamen wax bi bari tamen système bi moko cause parce que wax dëgg neex yàlla boobu tamit ndaw la borom njaboot la am na ñu ko yaakaar understand nga réew moom kenn réew na di kenn ku amul xol rek mooy defense kuy réew waaye système bi moo isi cooli yëpp
système bi moo fail Seynabou fail Bob fail the sister yeah definitely man that is my only thing about this case loo xam ne dama ko dee wax consistently mooy ne you know the delay in justice doesn't help anybody whether it's Bob, whether it's, you know, whether it's the girls, it doesn't help anybody. But I also think that the bullying will not help anybody. And we all need to have conversations that are you know, if you believe Bob is innocent, that is you. You have every right to believe that. You know, and nobody's going to take that away from you. But if somebody else also believes that maybe Seynabou is telling the truth, they also have a right to believe that. So, you know, nangen mayante rek ñu déglu wante from that point. Yeah, go ahead.
Fofu lay waye waye ko do mujé call ni tamit na understand ne Europe ben rape case du jël up to 2 years.
No.
Ken du ko dé tiaxane waye du jël be 2 years ben té mu ñu ci am dara. So gisé tamit citizen yi be ku nekk nga wax lu la né dégal attaque Seynabou defense bob lolu yépp man ci suma gis jarut ko.
Yeah.
Lañuy dimbalé su fitna amé Gambia nguur gi ñoko cause parce que fu mu nekk ni doomi réew yi ku nekk fu mu nekk ni dafa affaire bi dafa xew in a different manners on a sanga bi wax xale bi gañu na ngey wasi yefi DNA ate after lool non la li xew nguur gi dal système bi nañu dimbalé askan bi on a sanga amna yeneen bi joge rek nguur gi moko dé cause in our society very sad instead of ñom ñu mëna taxaw ñu make sure justice so nga ñom suñu defal lañu wara def gaay def seen waru toli def du am waye dafa yaaga ko xamne fu nekk ni ko gis amul choice ko nga sandi sa kan ko gis amna lu mo xelaat de pare man amna ño xamne ñu ngi wax tamit bilemu ma len because yeb dafa jegeñante xale bi num gaño ni tamit ku tok nga xelaat ne dafa teyal xel mun nga koo xelaat understand nga waaye man suma gis negligence moom am na fa ko xale moom xale la te kenn warut a bàyyi xale bi fi ne second gisuloo ko sa boor confirme loo fan la nekk understand nga at some point ñoom war nañoo déggoo ñu xam exactly fan la xale bi nekk nekkul ne def ko te am nga su negligence amee rek nekkul ne yaa ngi blame the person understand nga waaye wax dëgg ne yàlla moom loolu am na fa nguur gi daal nañu dimbale jàppale askan bi ñu bañ a ñu xee ñu sàggante sànnante ka su gaay def war a def duñ fa toll ni man loolu rek laa am blame ma bopp blame ma seena bu comme justice angee dem def seen liggéey na ko gaay carré woon ñu si at the end of it waaye ñuy saaga nag loolu bu kenn merci loolu noonu Gambia daal saaga flower la fa ku am ndox rek nga ñëw sandi ko si so bu kenn merci loolu mama
thank you
waaw léegi ñu ko bem say
mama li koola bi doon wax nii léegi nii
kon soo paree ñu face ma leeta kat bi
waaw moom kay moom awma raw la awma tiwaale la duma ko ñeme oye samba ko mo nga loolu lu yàggal loolu moo
buñ bàyyi
mama day dafa tànga diine bàyyi ko fi rek muy jéema man nga man moom maa ngi aw ma kawa dama ndelu man lu koola bi doon wax lay wax tuuti koola man de pour man muy Bob comme loolu lay waxaat di ko waxaat muy Bob muy xale bi muy Seyna because man Seyna bu dafa jóg fana dañ am dafa njaboot ak Bob
waaw
understand nga te xale yooyu sa victime lañ imaginal sa baay mu nekk ñu wane dafa réeb na réebut xale yooyu noonu in future dina leen affect so nguur bi man blame ma kenn justice system bi la blame nañ aate coow bi jeex Bob bu waree dem dugg si ñu aate bu dee Bob moo réeb ku réeb da nga war a dem ko bu dee Bob réebu tam ku xale bu jigéen parce que benn yoon si lu ma dégg léegi nga ne mama ñi ne benn yoon la am penetration kon xale bi ki musa tidar rek kooku moo ko jur
that's what it's implying daal
xale bi ku ko jur DNA test waroon naa am bu dee loolu la waroon naa am bu yaaga ñu xam kan moo jur xale bi xam
because loolu la man I agree with what Nana Maketa wrote ne Bob and his counsel should have requested for DNA from day one at least bone xale bi was a product of this then you should be able to then do a DNA immediately and Bob himself and his lawyers should have insisted on that. And I have had this discussion with a lot of people.
System bi si boppam mama man dama leen case bi bu ma nekkee Gambia sax bëggoon naa dem pour lii nii waaye case bi nu ma ko seetee ba seet suñ justice bi dafa nelaw
torop 2 years
dafa nelaw torop
stop gis nga am na there was another case this guy is an alleged pedophile. This guy was sitting in remand for over 7 years. A pedophile ko xamne dañ gis a lot of evidence on his computer of child pornography, of what he was doing to children. This guy was in remand for over 7 years. Ñu ko bay bu yagut rek. And still demuñ sa court ak mom de. So our justice system keeps failing us, especially when it comes to sexual
then you fail because
it's completely unacceptable. Man
pour man mom Bob reebut bu fekkee Bob reebut xale bu jigéen bi lool nañ ko for 2 years for nothing. Bu fekkee dafa réeb tam xale bi time bi war naa fekk xam nga tey bu fekkee jàpp nañ ku ko réeb dina heal at least dinga heal tuuti doo heal 100% waaye dinga am tuuti lifin contente si yow waaye ku la réeb
xaaral ma jël kola yi ni ba pare fi nekk moom foog ñu ñëw tëj nag we cannot be going on show yi because everybody wants to talk we don't stop.
Yeah.
Kola go ahead baala leen ma ñuy call ñu jël kola si den ñu jéem a tëj soo leen defee 2 minutes ko defee ñeneen ñi tam mun a wax quickly pour ñu tëj definitely we will take a while. Go ahead kola ñu ngi laa dégloo 167 baala ma kii number bi endee 8508 from America dinaa la call back as soon as kii pare baala ma rek ñu kii jékkali ba pare go ahead.
Okay. this is a family tragedy, all around family tragedy.
Yes.
And we should keep that in mind and wish the family well. Everybody that is involved in this case, including Zainabu herself, is relatively young. And so we're, even the ones that are over 18 are still young, and they're still growing, and they'll still make mistakes in their lives. And we have to acknowledge that and remember where we were at their ages. Now, on the issue of the time it's taken for the case to go through the court process and things like that, to be frank with you all, I actually don't think 2 years is actually a very, very lengthy period of time for somebody to be held in remand in very complicated cases. Yes, there were a lot of adjournments and the judge not showing up and things like that. And yes, we can blame the judicial system for that. But the bottom line is the accused person has lawyers, and the lawyers are supposed to represent him. And they should be the one taking the lead on what happens to their client, or how their client is being treated, not the general public. The general public is not being paid to handle that. It is his lawyers. And if his lawyers are not representing him in the best possible manner, then he can sue his lawyers for malpractice. And if the prosecution is doing anything that is uncalled for, that is not legally permitted, then it's actually, it's grounds for an appeal later on. So the whole situation of when did it get reported or anything like that, I think we should all, regardless of how this plays out, I'm glad that we're all having this conversation, and we should all look at it. There's nobody in Gambia who can in good faith say that, you don't know somebody, you don't know a child that has been sexually abused. Nobody amongst us can stand up and say that we do not know that. And to try to hold children accountable for behavior that is perpetrated by adults, it's unjust, it's unfair. The most basic human rights, the most basic people that should be protected are children, and they should be protected by their family, their relatives. And Zainabu did the right thing by going to the court or by going to the police and reporting the matter. If nothing else, she had the courage. How many of us know of these instances where it's like, the parents are 40, 50-year-olds or guardians of 40 and 50-year-olds, and nobody takes action? So yes, if you feel that Bob is, being treated unjustly, he has lawyers. His lawyers that is what they are paid for. They're paid to represent him. And not showing up. If there's anyone that is behaving in ways that they think it's unjust, unfair, or legally not permitted, and it's detrimental to their client, then it is up to them to make sure that they put that forward and take care of the needs of their clients. It's not my responsibility, your responsibility. Yes, the young people in our society need to be protected, because if the young are not protected, you and I are not protected. Nobody, like the primary thing parents should do, and guardians, is to protect their children. 2 years being 2 years. Look, judges have the authority. Judges have the right to hold somebody in remand if they believe that if you're out there, you can interfere with the case, you can interfere with witnesses, or you can interfere with the victim. So even if there was no law that says, you can hold him in remand, if the judge, I have watched here in America where a person got handcuffed and taken straight to jail because they did not want them to have any contact with the accused person or any of the witnesses. So it's not unusual. Bob is sitting in jail. We've all seen pictures of Bob. I'm really, really sorry to say this, but that man is not suffering in jail. Whether we want to say it or not, that man does not look like somebody who is suffering in jail. So let's keep it in perspective. The court system, let's allow the court system to take its process. Just because you know somebody does not mean that you have to lay your life out there for them and say that you know exactly what they're capable of and what they're not capable of. Nobody knows what any human being is capable of. Nobody knows what happens behind closed doors. And when a child comes out, when you sit a child down and you say to this child, you're pregnant, who impregnated you? And the child points to their brother-in-law, who they live with, who supports them, their sister's husband, with the connotations of how society is going to react to that and everything. I think the default in general is for the child to point to anybody else except their family members. That's what we have seen. We have all seen children point to other people as the fathers of their children, except when in fact it's been a relative or something like, or somebody, or close family friend. So let's allow these children, all of us, and some of us have gone through things that we do not want to narrate, but let's allow children and let's allow these people and everybody that is involved. I don't know about Bob, but all the women that are involved are still very young and they're still trying to make a path for themselves. And Zainabu is doing the best she can. I will not behave in the ways that she's behaving, but she's doing the best she can with the tools that she has, with the knowledge that she has, and with her abilities. And at the very least, she's taking care of her 2 daughters. So let's keep that in perspective. 2 years is not, we keep saying 2 years is a long time, it's a long time. 2 years, it's not a long time. I have seen anybody go through US dockets and look at what's happening. 2 years is not a long time for somebody to be held in remand. It is not unreasonable for judges to hold you in remand if they even have the slightest inclination that you could be a detriment. Could be detrimental to the witness, you could be detrimental to any part of the case, or interfere with anybody or threaten anyone. So let's just stay calm and let the court process take its, Bob is not the only person that is in jail. So we talk about Kumbabu Amde and Kumbabu Amunde. What about Patebu Amde and Patebu Amunde? How many parties are in jail that nobody is fighting for? Do we know? We don't. Exactly. We don't know just because somebody has a name. So let's not assume that because Zainabu has relatives. Bob seems like he's the one that is most well known relative, in relative terms. It looks like Bob is the one that is more well known than Zainabu is. Take a DNA test, and a DNA test favors this young man because you can rape someone and still not get them pregnant. You can sleep with someone and not get them pregnant. But so the DNA test, at the very least, it's a 50-50 chance that you can. Yeah. If you debunk that credibility issue and say, look, I'm not the father, now everything Zainabu and her sister said can now come into question. If you courts have a thing. If you lie about one thing, they can assume that you lied about everything else. So if it turns out that he is not the father, they can automatically de facto say, look, everything, you lie about one thing, you lose everything. That's it. Yeah. So you can just say, we will throw out the case. We will not prosecute. Let's just calm down. Our society is nothing, we're not any better than or any greater than any other society. Rape happens, child abuse happens, and it's prevalent. And let's start looking at it and let's start saying, thank God there are young people who are willing to go out there and speak their truth, or at least speak the best truth, speak what they know to be their truth. Okay? Thank you. That is what I want to say. Thank you. Thank you.
Mama, quick debox check. There are things that people are saying. Aminga Hamne is completely out of it's wrong. Hamun Lala and Mumami said Nama is wrong. Why one day we will bring her on board for a program.
Yeah, and like I said on Lingard Post, she is welcome to come and talk to us about her side of the story, and we can assure her. I don't know what other platform, but Fini Mom Saga or dehumanize it or anything doing coffee def am nak a counter agreement to her. You don't agree with what she's saying. Of course, you have a right to state that. Why so in coffee in there? Please let's give her the chance for her to talk and for her to debunk and say what she needs to say so that you can also hear from her. I think that is very important. All of us here talking, none of us understand what is going on. And like I said, in Gambia today, we have somebody called Hamne is an alleged pedophile. Called Hamne has been, there was a lot of evidence against him, but still our justice system did not prosecute this guy for 7 years. And now he's released without a conviction, just released to go. And with sexual offenses, you don't know what is going to happen. You don't know what's going to happen with this guy and whether he can go ahead and stop abusing children, or if he's going to continue to do it. I will be worried, and these are some of the issues that we also need to talk about. I know we're talking about the Bob Keta issue, of course it's important as well, but these are some of the issues that we also need to talk about that we're not talking about. Diro, let me let you comment. I know you've been reading the comments and you've been seeing what is happening. Let's sum this up and close. But, looking at all of this, how do we,
So if Senabu wants to come, I just want to let her know that my fingers will be clicked to remove and delete anybody who is being disrespectful.
Yeah.
Like the last woman said, she would not probably approach it the way Senabu did, but it is not for us. We don't know. We all think we will handle it a certain way until we are in that situation. We're not in that situation. We all think that this is the best way to do it. We could be in the situation and we will just bungle the whole stuff. We don't even know how to behave. We don't know how to perform. Most of the times, this is what happens when something happens to you. Your love for mom guide, it's totally different. There are things that I think I will do if I'm in this situation. I mean, I don't want to be the one to share what I will do, but for sure, she's handling it the best way she knows how to. And the best thing we can do is continue to call for justice to be done. Justice has to be done. And justice cannot be done at the mercy of our young people. We cannot. And that is why I keep saying that my stance is that I will support any victim who comes out to speak, because we really need to create that space so that victims will be comfortable to come up and speak and tell their and talk about the abuse that they experience. We cannot continue like this as a society. We cannot continue like this, and therefore, it's too much. It's too much. Me, I will support the victim until the courts say that it is not. This is the case. Whatever the verdict the courts say, and in the end, we will go with it really, because there's nothing much we can do when the court makes a decision. But until the court makes a decision, I will protect this. I will do everything I can do to protect this. We cannot do justice at the mercy of our victims. No. And we need to protect them, and we need to be
and definitely we can assure Sainabou ne fi mom ku fi ñew saga ko dinañ ko block, dinañ delete comments yi, because mu nga ñew nga disagree with what she has to say. And like I said, everybody has a right to take a position and defend whatever position you have. But what you don't have a right to is to insult anybody or to bully anybody. Let's stop that. Let's discuss at a mature level. We can agree to disagree. Or man li duma ko agree, limo wa accept mako. That's fine. You don't need to accept it. Man lima wa accept loko. You're not happy with it. Fine. You don't need to be happy with it. But please, let's listen to each other so that we can even understand. Ñu déglu ñu xam. Why su fekkee ni dafa ñëw ñu saaga ko ñu lefin ko déedéet loolu du dem de te si plateforme bi moom definitely fii moom duñ ko fi defee.
ñu ngi questioned the credibility of our judicial system and our judges, but we should not, because the answer is reflecting in our behavior and in us as Gambians. Jahabi last call ni, he looks like somebody who's from a very well-trained and educated family. No, na compose no bopam, one who makes sense. But you see the other side and the comments. Now, man, I will never question Gambia and our intelligence and our judges. I will never question, because of what we see people writing and doing is what we have in our offices. So we are no different from what in the Gambia. So the question of sun judge system bini bahut, I did it. System bi bah na de, but ñi fa nekka moy a reflection of ñun mi jog di wax di def ñun la right now. So that's what we have. And Senabu is not going to come here and talk until after this. There is a judgment. Right now, coming here and talking is not in the best interest of her and the case at large. I'm on you right now, but we are not stupid to bring her now at the heat of this problem. Affaire again, another thing. Affaire Halabi, Lukorei at Kenya de Lolu is part 2 of the problem. Part 1 of the problem, which we all agree, more justice, whether for Bob or for Mariam or for Kumba or for Paos. That's what we're here for right now. Halabi, Lukorai, Loli is up to the state to decide, and in their investigation. I don't think it has even started yet, because I have seen the PRO of the police munge appeal for calm. Ne due investigation will carry on. Loli mun say comment, mun say what right now, it's a very premature incident for us to talk on. But what we could talk about now, the justice, why justice is delayed, why there is no justice from either side. And again, why is, well, if there is any support for both Senabu and the mother, they need a support. It's not been talked about the fini mama ñu fay comment ñep fi ku nekk ida am nga dom o am nga sister o góor nga o jigen nga right now li xew ni tay ni jombut ken man amna dom bu jigen amna dom bu góor it could be them, amna sister bu góor amna sister bu jigen, it could be them, it could be myself, or in another way. But what we have to also understand more, we should not penalize anyone yet. Man personally as an individual, I will support both parties. People go to Wedekor, people go and give food to mile 2 inmates. Some go to the hospital and give people sick people food to eat. Some people go to the dead house and do some charity in there. So, Fana Bonkonde, why are charities and individuals going to mile 2 support them? Why are charities and people going to support people in at the RVTH? Why are people going to support women who are dying in labor? So, which means Fen Banut is only wrong time and observation right now. At the end of the day, justice has to take its course. Its course rather. It could be Bob, it could be myself, it could be Senabu, it could be anybody else. But the bullying against Bob or against Jahabi is wrong. Jahabi tay bugona ñew wax way man duma ko ini because of Sagabi or mom tamit the trauma limo jël right now is very unfair on her. We should exercise patience and discipline on either side of this case right now. Jahabi bim bi li xewé ba légui mama ken degut Jahabi wax oben Jahabi ken degu mu wax right now ngor bu gaay am ba nopi tek for na won ci fekk ñu ñep right now te deglu after the judgment kum neex nga go nga protest for unfair trial or justice delayed or there was something else. We expected, and that's when I will speak. Bob is a friend, like I said, Senabu man munako oyes mo jabarra. So ñom ñep they are equally MC man right now. But I will not write or support to be entitled pa us munge anda Bob munge anda Senabu right now. That is not the focus. The focus is right now for the overall justice system. So here for the better of Gambia. Buñ here because of being a boka or linga or linga don. This is how the Gambia started in 2016. We are selective of where we want change to happen.
Well, hold on.
What we should have done more is fight for the system to be changed, not system in Bob change, system in power change, or same amount change. This is what is having this is why we have this problem right now. We are selective in what we fight for.
You get last caller bini pa os new them. Then you def conclusion. Diro, can you come back so we can just conclude? Hello, caller. Papi, singa tek lolu nonu la fi nodde.
Assalamualaikum.
Maa ngi jégalu waaye gis ngeen xale itam door nañ di ñëw suma doom bu góor bi moom mu ngi nii toog léegi ne di move ba ma pare. Waaw, go ahead, caller.
Yeah, dama doon bëgg a contribute si seen programme bi parce que maa ngi déglu waaye xawma Bob xawma Senabu. But things dama feel like because we are all parents yan mo toog foofu noonu yëpp foog naa ne yéen yëpp am ngeen doom ndax du su fekkee ne tey on nañ la sa doom on na la mu ne la dañ ma réeb lu ma xalaat mooy lu tax nga war a xaar ba last minute nga soog a di report loolu noonu waaye not in that time boom happen. yaa ngi understand as a parents or as a sister, number one. Number two, man munuma understand parce que ñun ñëpp maa ngi déglu seen programme bi tamit yéen dafa mel ni yéen ñëpp yaa leen si Europe bi yaa leen outside Gambia. So su fekkee ne yow tey dañ la tee ñu ne da nga réeb ndax case bi dafa war a dem ba 2 years in Gambia. I don't understand. Foofu noonu munuma understand foofu noonu. yaa ngi understand. So léegi am na benn koola bu ma nekk di déglu di ne 2 years is not long. Xam nga. So ñun ñëpp we are parents tey su nekkoon sa doom tey ñu téye ko si rape case boo xam ne leetuñ la firiñ la léegi loolu mu war a dem ba 2 years yow as a parents yaa ngi daw every time si court bi di génn di ñëw di def stress bi rek loolu tamit fooguloon ne loolu mën naa cause another thing again to the family ndax the both.
Okay, Kola, danga ma a few questions.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think it's important that you respond to your pour nga dega yoy nonu.
Yeah, okay.
A victim of rape doesn't have to report the crime when it happened, surtout halal, because it could take time sa mom bala mo realize na hit na liko jot ni is rape. Because mun nga balal ma rek ma jekali xam nga bi nga doon wax mang la déglu xam nga bi nga wax mang la déglu Kola, in this case nga tëdda ak a 15-year-old is statutory rape parce que kooku noonu amul mënut laa jox consent because xale la and the other thing is dang ma laaj ay questions. That's fact number 1. Fact number 2 mooy ne a victim can sit down, mu talk a number of years, mu doora dem report case bi. All of that can happen. The person has the prerogative to decide when he or she, because mun na nek goor itamit, feels comfortable enough to go and report a case. Rape in the traditional sense, moy ko xamne dang ko force. But si halal, a minor, statutory rape moy ne so ko forcete sax the fact ne da nga tida ak halal is rape, is statutory rape. Okay,
legi ban la Bob def ci ñaari dem
man lolu mënuma la ko wax Kola because how ma ko nekuma fa
because nit ñi nañ nekk di Kola di wax because
mama hama correct Kola bi Kola. In fact, let me make one clarification here with the police caller.
No, we cannot, Kola, we cannot blame children. I'm sorry, but we cannot blame children for people that abuse them. Whether it's a man, any adult would take advantage.
Okay. Now,
yes, you can. And the court and our laws say that this is it. Adult males should be able to control themselves. So neki xale bu jigéen ñëw na si ñoom xanaa ñun dañoo wane suñ góor yi amuñ benn control over their sexual urges. They know the law. Lii la law bi wax. Let them operate within the law. Under any circumstances, we cannot blame anybody under 18 for having sex with someone
with an adult. That is just it's irrational to blame anybody, a minor. Motor law bi mu nekk fa to protect minors. A minor, whether the person is sexually active or not, you should not, as a grown man, sleep with that minor. It's just that's just a blank period.
Kuma help Kola bi right now. Ñun as society. Mun nañu wax ne xale bi dafa wow bët.
Lu ma mënut a understand moo nekk ne because ñun ñëpp xam nañ loolu noonu jamono biñ nekk nii léegi xale yi lii bi naka social media bi yaaxal na leen xale yi ñu bëri waxuma ñëpp nag.
waaye góor yi war nañoo mun a contrôle seen bopp.
am na téléphone internet bi yaaxal na xale yi foofu la ñuy dem di xool lu ñuy xool di def lu ñuy def.
waaw léegi Kola
góor yi ñu contrôle seen bopp.
Kola dama laaj léegi yow am nga xale bu jigéen xale bu ndaw xale bu jigéen.
am naa xale bu jigéen am naa xale bu.
ok so kooku noonu su ñëwoon tey mu ne la suma uncle daf ma réeb nga laaj ko kañ la mu ne la 1 year ago or 6 months ago, what would be your response?
Yeah, my response is look at in the first place.
So you will tell your child, even though now she has the.
So let us end this caller because
Kola dang ma bëgg wax ne su xale bi demee ba am the courage to come and confide in you. You will tell her ne lu ko waxula ko before.
Because parents in your open post to their kids. Parents in your post to their kids. Now the kids see them to come and learn. Then you see parents in your work.
See the problem we have in our country.
I'm not Kola, let me tell you one thing. Ñun as society.
You are flabbergasted.
Ñun as society. Ñun tey nañu wax ne xale bi dafa wow but. Okay? Now, the law comes in to protect anybody.
Okay, thank you, Kola.
Age.
Thank
now,
you.
Senabu send a message, Mune. There was no report of rape.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Mune, there was no report the issue of rape never emerged from day one. What happened was, they discovered ne Halebi dafa bir after month 5. That's when they reported the case, and the police determined yes, a pregnancy had happened, and it involves a child under this age, and then that's when the charges start to come in. Now the issue I'm not going now the issue of rape and physical force.
Balalen Marek Diro Super Osparenga. I just need to take a quick break to digest what I just heard. And I just need to digest that from my kids because they were listening to that.
You should address this with them afterwards.
Yeah, immediately. So I have to talk to my kids immediately. Balalen Marek, that's very important because I'm
okay. Janghabi Musta Wahpen Sabine, she was raped. They only found out she spoke because we found out she was pregnant, 5 months pregnant. Then they report the case to the police. Now the police doing their investigation, they are the ones who established a rape had occurred. And in this instance, there was no, well, I'm not quick question whether there was any physical force or bruises. A sexual intercourse with an underage girl, you don't have to prove rape by physical evidence as in bruise or those things. While with an adult who can give consent, then they can establish a rape. But with a minor, you don't need, okay, even if you have to not use the word rape, but the fact somebody else, I'm 13 years old, the law still protects the child, and the law calls that as this what's it called, this statutory rape. That's what it's called in that instant, because of there is so much power, there is so much protection for that child on that specific age. That's where the issue of the rape comes in. But Bob, for example, Bob or anybody else, or if boy A have a time with girl B, boy A may not be a rapist, but I'm not about hamne, they are in love, but underage girl is still a crime in the eyes of the law. Ñun as parent, that is society. But when it comes to the law, then the law will penalize you, just like having a porn on your video. It's illegal in the UK. It's not you could be fined. Buyaguni, an MP, was fired for having some porns in his phone. So lobbying the sell. Society right now, if you touch a so again, right now, hey yo, that is a crime. It's unwanted touching, but we still do it. So you saw Jaruko, but those are the big things, and that could lead to these things right now. But there was never, ever, according to Senator Limasen, any form of jahabi dafmo rape. Did it? Lingis moine dafa bir. Kana bir halella. Automatically, whoever is involved could be charged for rape. So Lee is what conspired right now. And again, Muawan nema at month 5 since Hamlini. Let fi niku be right now. Do open up. Danko nuba. Because nuba. B was the first time the girl had an intercourse. So these are things people are not aware of it. You speculate right now. Now, where we have this difference, what are we up for? Man, I realize we are all looking for the same thing, Moylan, justice for both parties, Limujeh or Mudem right now. Now, Mama, it's sad to say people are saying we are on the side of Senabu. Marie Mainland, on the same platform, Mama, Nendan talk for the past 4 weeks. You will defend domestic abuse victims. On the same platform, we sit down to defend people who were victims of domestic abuse. And we will continue to defend domestic abuse victims until the end of time. Because it's our duty. I am a father, I'm a husband, I live in my community. Likewise, anybody else, we are all mothers. We are duty bound legally or morally to fight for what is right and to fight against abuse against women and children. also includes men.
Thank you, Paus.
Lingum, muy Christian or Muslim, Monica protect women and children. So the biggest communication you were here, why again on my final note, the people who are on the social media or the activists or the feminists, everybody else, let's bear in mind we are all in the same society, both good and jigen right now. Let's not penalize one because they make a crime against the other. Let's try to address the problem. Inclusive consultation, inclusive collaboration, and you work together to find a solution. Educate society one learn what is wrong, what is right, what is inappropriate, what is immoral, and what is moral. Finally, more the duty bound of the media houses. Yep, lu war def ak ñi nga xamne ya daf leen may pour ñu mëna wax right now. People can choose to agree with us or to defend us, like I said in the beginning. I today did not came or can ñëw fii talk by soxlaam by njabootam at this hit talk pour ñu tàccul la or look for compliment. It's pass on compliment. If my son tell me that thank you is enough for me. If my daughter tell me that thank you is enough for me. But when I'm compliment, but we are talking to the best of our knowledge. We are talking to the best of our ability, what we think, society. The law, we can't predict the outcome of this case. We can't dictate lawyers. We can't dictate the mindset. We can't read the mind of Bob, neither the mind of the child. Affaire xale bi li ko rey waxaguñ ko. It's a premature topic right now. It's not well, it's our business, but it's not yet the time for us to talk about it. But we will seek justice for that thing to happen as well, from both sides. So thank you.
Go ahead, Hiro. Baraleen ma def man fi mu nekk nii dama jaaxle ba mënatuma wax.
Man, Luma, dama waru sir, because everybody keeps talking about Seinabu. This case is not Seinabu versus Bob. We have lost sight of the importance of this case. It's not Seinabu versus Bob. It is the state versus Bob. State, you know your Bob court? So why do we keep like all this? It seems like it's a distraction tactic to remove direct our attention somewhere else. But no, this is a simple matter. Bob versus the state versus Bob. So let's just keep it there and then let's leave Seinabu out of this. Because once we keep including Seinabu in this, it's like we're clouding the matter, you get them feeling. Man, I understand that everybody keeps saying that Seinabu. Is Seinabu the one in court prosecuting Bob? No. So let's just leave Seinabu out of this. What we know is that a 15-year-old girl has been raped, and the product of the rape has unfortunately lost his life. So we have issues here that we really need to sort out. And Paus, I just want to say something that you said. You said about violence, bruising, and stuff like that. Not all rape is accompanied by bruising, violence, and that sort of thing. We need to remove that from our mind. I mean, even ladies and ladies in other countries where people have sex with people who are that is also considered rape. There will probably be no bruising there because I am drunk, but the fact that I'm not able to give consent means that is rape. So at the heart of rape is that one party to the sexual intercourse is not able to give consent. And that party can come and say, I did not give this guy or this woman consent to have sexual intercourse with me. And that is now rape. Now, whether it is alleged or it is proven, that is why we need to work on our justice system. Because Manglawa, what this case has highlighted is that there is really a serious gap between where we are and where we need to be. And we need to sort that out. We need to fix it. We cannot be quiet until this is sorted out. Until the most vulnerable in our societies are protected, we cannot be quiet. And I don't want to be quiet until the most vulnerable in the society. Because today I'm up here, you never know where I will be tomorrow. You never know. I'm at the bottom. And I don't have a government to protect me then. Then what happens? And that is where I look at it. When I look at these things, that's where I look at it. I'm like, today I'm fine. Today I'm okay in the society. In Gambia, I'm not, when I'm in Gambia, I'm in okay status. But look, I lose everything, I lose my family, then what happens? Knock on wood, I'm not praying for that. But when I become a vulnerable person in society, who's going to protect me? So, man, for freak like this is not Bob versus Sainabu. This is the state versus Bob, and we have people that we need to protect. The
No,
young 15-year-old who was raped, the baby who has now unfortunately lost his life. We really need to also call for prosecution for that.
I don't know why people are foolish platform, but you're still watching. You are equally an idiot because you are foolish. Wow, foolish platform. You are still watching with all time in Europe is how much? 1 hour, £10 per hour. You are spending here 4 hours watching foolish platform. Then you must be an idiot. You know.
Pause. Bye.
So, these are the judges we have in the Gambia. That's how they think. They want to force you to believe what is wrong. Hey, did we make any regret why Yaya Jammeh left Gambia? Let's be honest. You know, because many gis nga fi ku nekk su bu gudda bi li is off topic yang su bu gata bi.
Bilay, let's take this last call. Dija how man, I am so done with this. I am done. I am done.
Let's stay on topic.
Okay.
Bala ma nga fay loy deflo kola. Kola fay loy deflo please. Nga wax fi. Hello? Hello Kola. Wa ñu la dega.
Okay, my comment is all about sustainable. Because man feel the way you handle your depression is different. Just like Gambians, they don't respect depression at all. Feeding the just like depressed. Gambians don't respect depression at all. I am against what Sainabu is doing, but I am not blaming her because that is her own way of handling her own depression. Maybe she is wrong in the manner that she is doing, but that is her own way of doing things. Things happen. And that reality. This case is about the justice system for man. They need to speed up and to do the right thing. But he is not the person that did this. Can you put for one? And we should trust the justice system and hope they will do the right thing. The case there. All I wanted to say.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Kola. Okay, I think
when you wrap up, Ramogan.
Yeah, let's just wrap up in Nekani. Honorable, dafa am benen honorable tamit ku koku. Bilay dama jaxaso man dama tiit de. Man dama tiit because the work that we have to do, it's so much that I am definitely I don't even know when to start.
Sorry.
Mandu, gis nga Mandu.
Mama.
Mandu.
Waxaar leen ñu jël honorable ñu continuer comme que dañ am léegi honorable tamit si line bi man su nekk ne jaaxle naa.
So ko jël dañu suude honorable.
Hello.
Yes, hello mama, how are you? How are you doing?
I'm good.
Alhamdulillah. Honorable.
Yes. Anyway, I just want to ask you guys something. I understand you guys are talking about the rape, and everybody understands rape is not good, and nobody should encourage rape. But during the process of finding justice for the rape case, there is something which also happened, because a life was lost. That was Muhammad. Muhammad died now. I think we should also push who kills Muhammad, what happened to Muhammad. I think, I understand we should talk about the rape case and nobody should encourage rape, because especially rape against minors, because we all understand minors are not capable to say anything. But I think our platforms also, we should put every one of us.
I'll call you back in a moment.
Because Muhammad also is very important in this case now. And we will fight for justice. The person who did rape, we want to know who did the rape, whether it's Bob or whether it's the other guy, Pamur. But we also need to know who killed Muhammad or what happened to Muhammad, because the life of a kid or a minor is also important. So I think it will be very important for you people to push that one too. And regarding Zainab's issue, I don't think people are much concerned about Zainab here. The only problem is the mother was forwarded to the police by Zainab. You understand? The mother was forwarded to the police by Zainab.
No, the matter was.
This is why the name of Zainab is in this case.
Okay.
And some of the evidence is coming out now. These are evidence that come from Zainab. So this is why people are actually pointing at Zainab, but I don't think people will point at Zainab.
Okay, Carla.
Zainab was the one who exported.
Okay, can you close the door?
And Zainab was the one who was in the video. Who took the video. So this is why everybody is talking about Zainab here. But I think, the fact now, make every one of us, me, you, whoever, we should also make sure we try justice for Muhammad also. I think that is important. Let us talk about justice for Muhammad also. Rape is important. Rape is important. We should know who did the rape, but we should also know who killed Muhammad. The life of a minor is also very important. So I think it will be very important for you guys to talk about it before you wrap up too.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, let's wrap up. Sima, please go ahead and wrap up.
Wow.
I think the last thing that Sima just not Sima, Diro just said was exactly this, that we something needs to be done about the death of Mohammed. But I think maybe we are not screaming hard enough for people to hear.
Yeah,
us.
I say it. Man,
yeah, but I think people just want to selectively listen to what they want to listen to. So,
Mama, man,
Mama, digo kini Babun Ali Baba. Babun. Mune go and cook for your husband. Babun. Man ko ban si group bi. Babun Ali.
Bye no.
Okay, from Babun go for feel.
Mama, anaka Raus. I'm not doing programs you have that people like right now. Bull worries, because people are sensitive about this issue. So buy mujala rek.
But Busa can ana Babun at Kir. Let them go to the animal kingdom to the zoo.
Bye no rek. Malima wax moy case B. Dama sensitive about this case moy. Justice bi dafa wara ñew case bi dafa warta mëna yagé ni man lola justice bi daf ñu fail man waxuma kende man justice bi mo ñu fail war nañu mëna ñoo taxaw def case bi mu gaaw ñu rap ñu nit ñi xam fuñ fekk ku nekk xam fo tollu ku nekk am na right pour support ki nga wara support waaye support ko si tay support ko si respect support ko si parce que ku nekk am na feeling lañ am tay Seynabou amna ay mboka amna ay nit yu nga xamne maybe they know more than we know understand nga man lepp luma xam rek si media bi la ko gisé ak luma te duma la fenal paus I feel little bit so yefi Mohamed daf ma shock dama joy because xale bo xamne la amna avenir xale bo xamne la deserve pour dé bu ñaaw dé bu metti la dé moy suffocate na xawma num dé nak si luma déga la wax dé waruta deserve te war nañu investigate Mohamed num dé man Mohamed bosam dama ne war nañu investigate wax ñu naka la Mohamed dé ak lu ray Mohamed parce que affaire bi tam so ci ñu bari merci moy affaire bi ak DNA test bi buñ ko wax ak bu Mohamed dé motax ñu bari confuse paus do blame ñu bari dañ confuse because time bu ñoo def DNA test ak time bu Mohamed di dé dafa xawa ñi ne naka sa tombe moy indi ay gaaf so you bari they feel mixed feelings lañ am about lool noonu waaye Gambia justice system bi na jóg bopp tam deserve pour mu nekk si prison bi xamut féetam ida ñu wax ko ne ko moom moo réep wala ida ñu bàyyi ko mu dem one thing have to be done mooy justice bi dafa war a jël step mu nit ñi sona nañ si saay bu case amee nit ñi balaa ñoo case bi dañoo nekk di wax case bi kenn du ko aate most of the case duñ ko aate de dafa mujjee si dafa ekateku mu jékki-jékki rek nit ñi fàtte ko na case bii nii nañ jooj bi génn si na justice system bi def seen liggéey Mohamed nañ investiguer lan moo ko rey boobu tam bu fekkee moom moo réeb nañ ko bàyyi si biir bu dee réebu tam nañ ko bàyyi deserve tam pour toog 2 years kenn xamul féeti bopp xale buñ réeb tam deserve tam 2 years xamuloo ki la réeb atewuñ ko ñoom all of them man farlelu ma kenn waaye na justice bi def liggéeyam man falaa am wasalaam
Okay. I think we're wrapping up now, Lady. So,
Wow.
Faulkner, this case just goes to highlight how difficult rape cases are. Rape is not easy, you know. It's also one of the things, it is the characteristics of rape case that they go through such, they're difficult to judge, they're difficult to prosecute. So Lolo time you want to continue the instance, our justice system is built up. We have I know we have like a special police unit that investigates this type of thing. We need to advocate for more funding so that they can do a better job. So that next time, suñu amee façon case bi, ñu mun ko prosecute in a timely manner. Victim be am justice, perpetrator be am justice. So loolu lañ war a def léegi. The accused needs to be tried. Nangu naa si loolu, the accused needs to be tried in a timely manner. But also, we cannot just go ahead and say that we're going to ignore a victim when they say that this has happened to me, especially a minor victim. No, no, but mënuñ koo def. So yeah, I continue to hope that this case will be wrapped up soon. Xëy na léegi nuñ defee DNA test bi, we will be able to continue with this case, and we will be able to get a judgment soon. Good luck to everybody involved, and I keep praying for the girl and also the poor boy that lost his life in this case.
Yeah, for now, well, man, all I have to say more, I'm wishing both parties. Yep, I wish them well. Te xale bi si Lord Bakayam tamit maa ngi ko ñaan rest in peace, and I hope ne justice will reign very soon. The quicker, the better. And ku ci mun ci win rek or ku ci mun ci lose case bi rek, I don't feel it's a Gambian versus a Gambian la right now. ñëpp ñoo bokk Gambian bi. So jarut ñun ñëpp ñu fee nekk fii di xuloo wante di xeex di am ay di fi nekk enemy. Te case bi mu ngi tax ñi nga xam ne ñëpp people who were friends démba te ñu ngi meroo di nekk ay noon Nickland case bi moo tax jarut ko fi right now. Fii benn Gambia la. We are the ones to win in the end. Mayo ñu differ in opinion does not mean ne dama la bañ o danga ma saaga o maa ñu sa plateforme maa la saaga. Agriw ma at li nga wax at li nga def naa ñëw ma seetaan ma am ngor ma nekk gor ma noppi teg ma ñibbi su ma agree at yow wasalaam, but case bii nii jaru people di fight di nekk ay enemy woodut ko. We want Gambia to win. We want our justice system to change for better. Te si case bii nii rek nañ mun a fight loolu mu am because happened na before, and now we said it's enough. It's not about Bob, it's not about Senabu or the child or the mom. It's about the justice system to be good and to be better. It could be me. Then all I would have one most is speedy trial. And that's it. Te sweke Bob mo win case be. Good luck. Then we console the family. Sweke Bob mo lose case be. Well, hard luck to him. Must stay in mile 2. It's not the end of life. We continue supporting them. Nikuneka, both of them. They both deserve a support. Ñoomi neen nag li nekk seen xol yi ñoo ko xam ak yàlla. Loolu is not my domain or our domain. Buñ jël xeexi jàmbur ñook Facebook then xeexal Facebook live upon Facebook live upon Facebook live in support of one party. Te yow xamuloo comme ni ko wékkati waxee nettali gënti jàmbur yow nelawuloo yow fekkuloo fa.
Dynaway. Pao said, I'm sure a lot of people are saying I'm speechless. I think
on a final note, Facebook, ninga as make government change. That dara being there right now, those 5 kids. Can more talk, sympathize al guy, now justice change justice system. What we did was they create a GoFundMe to support that dara. Japun borom dara bi kasawun ken 5 xale ñoo fa dee seen yaay tey ñoo ñàkka. Let's fight for the whole Gambia. Na change nañ doxal diga doxal luwa pour elek tey boobu la de ak Senabu, but elek it could be somebody I know di nga bëgg am diga si yoon nag te mu gaaw, but doo ko mun a am Nickland démba fañ dooree woon. It was only specific to one person. Nañ am mama gis nga yar at mandu lum la mayut yow sa aw yow pare naa jeex fii ñu fi luus ak ñu fi daanu yëpp ñaaka yarda at wax seen yoon nekkut at wax li nga xam ne xamuñ ko lii moo dugal
ak the worst one mooy tooñ Gambien bi daf dee tooñ torop te nañ bàyyi tooñ bi definitely
ngeen moytu ni ku mer kuñ tooñ ñaanam ñun nag Gambia dañ gëm yàlla every single day sa maam dee nga dikka si boori bàmmeel ñun gëmuñ yàlla Gambia gëmuñ ne ni dafa dee fa dañ gëm ne dafa xóom añ ko denc si suuf every single day mama ñu ngi gis ni ku dee ñu ngi ko taagee o kër boo gis right now mama yaa ngi dikka less than 10 miles away from bàmmeel terewut ñu mind suñ business terewut ñuy wax digga terewut duñ bàyyi tooñ terewut ñu ngi sos every single day lii go on Gambia is a big problem bi nga xam ne we need a complete shutdown of the country and start again waaye te ñu ko wax start nag comme ni ko kii waxee lamdo ñun suñ génération bi ñun am nii ñu amee seen boppay lu fa nekk mooy apple juice ak iPhone 13 those are the people we have in the government politique bi bañ nga Adama Barrow o bañ nga APRC o bañ nga UDP yow soo toogee rek yow lu gaay dogal ngeen déet baaxut nañ bàyyi du ma def kenn du def nañ bàyyi du ma dem kenn du dem Gambia mama ñoo ko bokka luñ ko kees yu mel nii am na Angleterre am na Amérique bu yàggut nii ba dégloo kenn wax si Sénégal li fa nekk Ousmane Sonko moo gën a garaaw lii nii ba kilifa réew mi dañ noppi tekk Sénégal su lu xewee kilifa yi dañ dee jóg oote wax appeal for calm Gambia Sénégal ñun lu fa rule is more than our government kilifa diine yi dañ si am cër they should have spoke to these people from day one ne benn nit du taal dëkka
anyway
bu Kenya du taal Gambia duñ ko accept man kenn du ma yaxal suma dem Gambia December okay
like I said rape the issue of this Bob Keta case is very sensitive man mi nga xam ne sax waxuma ci li ma ci déggut amut si saaga si yaxader si wax bu ñaaw si sos and we try today to address it from a position of not faral anybody, but itamit not jail blame put ko on anybody. My position on this has been clear and it will continue to be clear. Justice has to do its job and it has to be speedy. That's number one. Number two, I will not come out a 13-year or a 15-year-old nemane limo hell manekone you are lying. I will not do that. I will let justice because the matter is before the justice system pour ñoo ñu def seen liggéey ñun nag ñun mi nga xam ne ñooy yaay ñooy ay sisters whatever it might be let's try to listen more to our families because ñun ñëpp ñu ngi toog fii kenn mënta put sa loxo si sa dena yow nga ne man xaw ma benn nit boo xam ne onkulam rape na ko or sexually assault na ko or something xew na so we know that we have a problem in our society that is affecting our most vulnerable, which is our children, our women. And when I say children, it's both boys and girls. And Lolo needs addressing, and we need to address it. And I think we cannot do it if we keep blaming each other, and we're not listening to each other, and we are not respecting each other's views. So I think we need to do that to be able to move forward. Man nak like I said, my position is very clear. Li pa os amnisa si wax sayna bu man awma ko ak mom si wax bobu. Why ñu ko offer like Diro has said pour mu ñew mu wax and we will assure her of a safe place for xamne dina mëna ñew momi tamit mu put her story across mu wax momi tamit li nekk si xolam ak lan la bëgga gëné. I think there's a lot of misinformation out there. And there's a lot of things that are going on. Law Hamna definitely doesn't help any party in this case. And, you know, for me, as a mother, as a Gambian, just listening to this, the first thing I will say is, you know, I have a son, like I said before. I have a son. He was sitting here just a few moments ago. Tey bu koku yalla tere ko mu demon Gambia jigen ñew ne dang ko rape case bi di dragon for 2 years. I would not like it. So, man, from that issue, from that standpoint, I will always say, "Nena justice, nine speed up this case. Kuneka hamfinga fete moy li elephant." And I gave this case of this alleged pedophile ko hamne 7 years nyun ko fate ken try ko fim neka ni nyun ko bay mu dem, and we have to be worried about that. We have to be very worried about it because we're talking about pedophilia. Again, if there's no judgment, nobody knows if he has done this or if he hasn't done this. It's a cause for concern for every parent out there. And again, yes, of course, Ersila, men get raped. I was advocating here or talking about the young boy that got raped before in Gambia. You were all here. You saw it on my page. So I don't discriminate on who gets raped and who doesn't get raped. But like we said, please, then try as much as possible to listen to each other. Then try as much as possible to respect each other's positions, whether we agree with that or not. Let's just try to be tolerant of each other's views. I think that is very important. Like I said, manduma de ñew si Facebook page ken ne ko da nga support Bob Keta and it's wrong, because I don't believe that I should do that. Everybody has a right to have a position and to support whoever they want, and I've said this, and I will defend anybody's right to support whoever they want. But also be as tolerant as well to other people who might not agree with you on supporting Bob, or who might not, who might take a different position from that position that you've taken. I think that's all we're saying. This is a very, very sad family tragedy. That's what I call it, and I will continue to call it that, because two minors are involved, people who are very, very innocent. One of them lost their lives, and another one is in limbo because kokunono. One lu metti dal nako mu wasin dom bi itamit fim nek ni ñaka na dom bobu nonu. So there's a tragedy upon a tragedy upon tragedy, and it's very, very sad. And all of us have to ask questions. All of us have to ask for better management of cases like this, because definitely, if we're being fair, all of us can say that this hasn't been managed well, and it leaves a lot of questions about how we protect victims, how we also ensure speedy justice dispensation for alleged perpetrators. And we need to do something to bring that together and work together to ensure that our justice system delivers on time. That is the most important takeaway from all of this, I think. So let's leave it at that. Like I said, Diro, I don't know if you want to say something before we go, but I think we should wrap up, and thank you so much, every one of you, for your comments. We appreciate everybody for your comments, because obviously yen ñep da ngeen am a say in this. It's not about we are not censoring anybody. The only thing that we don't like doing, we don't blame Bob Keta, and we in the same way we don't think that people should come and blame Sainabu. We think that people should listen to divergent views and be able to make up their own minds. If you agree, you agree. If you don't agree, you don't agree, and we all move on and agree to disagree respectfully, because definitely dara jarut li nga xamne mo nekk di xew and the kind of things that are happening. Yes, definitely. Everybody wants justice to be done, and we hope that there'll be a speedy end to this trial, and very soon, and that the truth will be known, and whoever is guilty or innocent should be accorded accordingly. So thank you, all of you. And next weekend, inshallah. Lambda, thank you. Mariama Ture, Habib Kunta, Surahata Fati, thank you so much. Thank you to all of you that were watching, definitely. Man, definitely, I think we have a lot of work to do. Ablai Javan, thank you. Thank you to all of you for your contributions, for your comments on the comment section. Thank you so much. Aisha Tunkara, thank you. We'll be back next week, same time on Sunday, inshallah. Sonko. Sekou Sonko, thank you. Surahata, I love this song. Cairo, definitely, it's one of my favorite songs. Ngani yo diwanyo ye ko wonte. Nyimbe kabarne wallahi. Dunia manjampa. Nyado mando. Yasin Bahum, thank you so much. Lansana Sama, thank you. Safmusa Hariti Jekaram Salaba. Thank you. Aisatu Sidibe, thank you Aisatu. Thank you. Huh? Dunia manjampa. Yasin Bahu, Mariam Ture, Sekou Sonko, Sangye Mende. Thank you. Thank you. Anga Cairo Dua, wallahi.